So, Danse Macabre. The city of Ravenreach is a city on the cliffs overlooking the northern part of the Thulusian Sea. The castle Cora has within its walls the largest lighthouse in all of Oregon, and it guides ships into the docks of Ravenreach. The city itself is a place that is constantly overcast and covered in shadow. The city has been a place of kind of quiet dread for a long time. The Duke of Ravenreach, some 17 years ago, after losing his wife in childbirth, secluded himself in his castle and has governed from afar through agents of the court, and now, in the last few years, his eldest and only son, who is often away in the court of the Queen of Genevieve, Queen Evelyn in Geneva. He is kind of a beacon of hope for the city of Ravenreach, but because of his diplomatic responsibilities, he comes and goes often. The city has seen dark days for quite a long time. There seems to be a shadow of hopelessness overhanging the city ever since the death of the Duchess 17 years ago. And you are all here living in this city under those circumstances. You are members of the secret society known as Danse Macabre. Danse Macabre was founded by Lord Stephen Henry Altz 15 years ago, when his youngest daughter was taken by some evil creature, most likely a vampire. Him and his eldest son and his son's friends hunted the creature down to its lair and attempted to destroy it, and it escaped because his daughter, who had been turned into one of the vampire spawn, had attacked them. And realizing that he could not get his daughter back, they had to end her undead life. And since then, he dedicated his life to research, investigation, and study of dark creatures and the dark arts and how to destroy them. It is a couple of generations later, and his granddaughter, Bia, the Lady Dulka, is now in charge of the order, the Danse Macabre, or the dance. You all have been members for various lengths of time. Some of you have been in the service of the dance for some years in different roles, but are all now ready to be field commissioned. And so Kurt, kind of the de facto right-hand man of Lord Arthur Dolka, is taking you out on a field mission, the first field mission that you are all to be a part of. And so you find yourself on the streets of Ravenreach late one fall evening, after the sun has gone down. Children have been going missing in this particularly unsavory part of town, and you have traced the source to a nest of ghouls, although you're not sure exactly where the entrance to this nest is. And so you find yourselves on the streets of Ravenreach.
Can I say this is my first mission?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. I'm leading everyone like I think I know what I'm doing.
Very on brand.
Yeah. Archie is just fully just fully involved with that whole notion. Just unsure what he's gonna do himself. Yeah.
I think Lukash is letting him lead without saying anything about it, but he's just watching him to make sure that we're going in the right directions and doing the right things. He's done a couple of these before.
And you've come from this direction. If everybody can see that.
Yep.
All right. Just move you around, and you can reposition yourself. If need be.
Is that one Kurt?
This is Kurt.
Which direction are we going?
You've been moving from this direction this way, around this corner. And
Okay.
Max turns at the corner, leading everybody the way he thinks they're supposed to go, because that's the type of person he is. And or Maximilian leads everybody that way. And Kurt says, Max, you're going the wrong way.
I'm sure he's just making a detour. So.
He probably thinks he knows exactly where he is, although he's not very familiar with the city, are you, boy?
I'm just scouting ahead, surveilling. You know how we always do this kind of work.
Yes.
And then I start moving in the right direction, like I was planning on doing that all along.
Well done, son. Well done.
He's got the aptitude for it, I swear.
And he, Kurt is kind of smiling to himself the entire time that you are moving through the city. Well, which one of you is best at searching for tracks or recognizing the signs of ghouls?
Not me. No.
I'm not half bad at it.
Why don't you give us a look around and see what you can find?
Do you want me to do perception or?
Investigation, if you have it.
I don't have it trained, and I only have a 1 in investigation.
Okay. If you have perception,
survival, I have a 4, and perception, I have a 6.
Okay. Use perception if you want to look for just general signs around the area of ghoul activity. Excellent. And you you have dark vision, correct?
I do.
You're a half orc? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you are looking around, and Kurt kind of is walking up and down the street, kind of looking as well. And you see, you find a couple of things of note. So Kurt tells you, this is the area where children have been going missing. We've spoken to a few people in some of these neighborhoods, and we know that it's happened especially within this block. So it's most likely we'll find signs of that passage here. And as he's saying that, you are looking kind of in the darker corners of the street, where dirt and refuse and things like that get kicked up, and you find some bloody scraps of clothing, some what look like claw marks in the stone walk, and you find some bits of what look like pink flesh kind of mixed in with the dirt in the grime of the street or around the street, and kind of just in this general area around here, the entryway to this alley.
Before we go any further, can we get like a timeline here? Like, is this like 18th century England or like much earlier?
It's earlier. It's more medieval, and more of a traditional D&D fantasy setting. But there are certain things, like styles may be a little forward moved, especially because of Archie's presence, and some technology varies. Magic is a thing that is common in people, uncommon in items. So people know that there are people who practice magic out there, but like magical items are consumable magical goods, are things that are accessible if you have the money, like adventurers would, or nobility would. But things that are like artificery or magical items that are permanent are something that are either costly or found in like ancient places, like long forgotten artifacts. And artificers are not like commonplace. They are often either reclusive, or they are the type who are employed by the wealthy or the government entities and organizations and noble families in order to specifically make magic items for them. So that's kind of the technology, the magical level. The technology level is, swords and like high fantasy technology level, and it's kind of that setting. But there is a little bit of a Victorian twist on this particular city. But it is definitely medieval Gothic, spires and cathedrals, things like that. Does that help?
Yep.
Okay.
Question.
Yes.
Can I cast Find Familiar? And I have a token for my familiar.
I think these would be cast wakeful, yeah.
Yeah, I would say that you would have cast Find Familiar probably earlier in the day, because it is a
costly spell.
It is a 1 hour spell that costs 10 gold. So you probably would have cast it as a ritual earlier in the day.
Okay. What do you want me to do about the token? Because I do have a token.
Okay. Send it to me on Discord and I'll drop it in. I'm still making a token for the other familiar in our party as well.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. I'll have to try and find a picture of said familiar type.
Yeah, well,
wait, we have another one.
I have
three.
three.
We have 3 familiars.
We have 3 familiars in the party. We have 3 in the party.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I will make tokens for all the familiars. For now, you can point to kind of where your familiar is, and we will make it work for tonight. And I will add familiars in tomorrow, or after the game. Okay. So
I figured
I need a
Piosa is currently draped around my neck, looking like a very expensive silvery stole.
Oh.
Lovely.
Easy to keep track of.
Very lovely.
All
right.
Is there any arachnophobes in this party?
Not in real life, in the game, obviously.
Have at her.
Yeah.
Nope. I think we're good.
Okay. Archie would have his familiar in his palm, a white pristine spider that he's sort of stroking ever so carefully and like holding it close to his chest for comfort.
Excellent.
Okay, I guess Lukash goes to investigate the scraps of clothes and the claw marks that he saw.
Okay, claw marks. Good.
What have you found?
Yeah, there's bits of cloth and some scratch marks here. A little bit of flesh, too.
Ah. Well. Why don't we go down this way then? Seems a good bet.
Sure, yeah.
Come on, Max.
Is it muddy in this alley?
It is definitely muddy in this alley. Yes.
Oh goodness.
My
I-
cape.
I cast prestidigitation because I just want to shut you up. Your cape is once again pristine.
Okay.
You'll
Thank
have to cast. You'll have to
Afterwards,
cast it every
yeah.
few moments because every time he takes a step within this back alley, it gets muddy again.
I'll just hang back here, and I'll just draw my sword out.
Yes, why don't you be our rear guard? And he slaps you on the back.
I cast light so that I can see.
Okay. Who has dark vision?
I have 60 feet of it.
Right.
Yeah.
I do as well.
So does my familiar, and I can see through the familiar's eyes.
Yes.
You can. So does that leave Theo?
It does. Yeah, that does leave.
Yeah, Theo he doesn't have dark vision.
And Maximilian also does not have dark vision.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So you cast the light, and Kurt thanks you. I'm sorry. Who cast the light? Which wizard?
Theo did.
Okay, I thought so. Again, I'm just starting to get familiar with all of your voices.
There's like 2 wizards and like
There's so
wizard
many.
adjacents.
There are so many spellcasters in this party. It's ridiculous.
It'll be fun.
All right.
Squishy
So
buddy.
light casts bright light for 20 feet, and dim light for an additional 40.
Seeing as though we're going to a particularly dangerous situation, Archie will dispel his familiar after like nuzzling his mask against the sort of pedipalps of the spider, and then draws out his wand.
Excellent.
Right, so first time mission for everyone. No one's concerned about ghouls, because I can't say I'm all too familiar on them.
You are heading into the alley, and Kurt hears you and says, "Not my first time, and not my first time facing a pack of ghouls. And trust me, you'll be all right. This is what we're here to do. I know you're on the research arm of the organization, but it's necessary for you to get some field experience. Everybody
I was
needs
kind
it."
of a part of HR, and the sort of support line. I was not expecting to be put on the field, so I hope you're right.
You're with me. You'll be fine.
This man's
just
gonna
don't
be the
let
first to
him.
die. This man's gonna be the first.
Just don't let him touch you, and you'll be fine.
Yes,
Right.
it's that easy.
Okay.
Go ahead
Go ahead,
and you found the signs of the ghoul. Go ahead and give me a survival roll to track those signs through the alley's muddy paths.
Sure.
Archie is going to quickly cast Mage Armor on himself.
15.
Probably a good idea. 15. Okay. The path of the ghouls seems to follow this way into the alley. Did you see that? Could you see that?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
It's not showing up on my other screen for some reason. But yeah. So it follows deeper into the alleyway, back into that more open area between the buildings.
Okay, I'll motion everybody forward and start following the path.
Would someone with better perception than me like to check for traps?
Perhaps. I'm rather good at getting into the nitty-gritty details of things. Would this be an investigation roll?
To check for traps? It's either perception. At this point, it would be perception if you're watching for it. So.
Sure. I'm familiar with string and that sort of thing, so I'll see if I can work with this. Hey.
Very nice. Yeah, you begin searching around the alley as you move forward, and you find nothing that would suggest any kind of set traps. The alleyway seems about as clear as you can imagine, other than typical debris, some carts, and mud. Lots of mud.
Maximilian's favorite place.
Maximilian.
I'm
Wrong
gonna follow.
way.
I'm gonna follow along on the main road where it's not as.
Sure, you can kind of
Oh, boy.
watch where Theo's light is moving between the buildings behind you.
All right then.
He's gonna die. Where did Maximilian go?
Going around.
That's not particularly a wise choice, since we're all supposed to stick together, but okay. I will cast a message on Maximilian.
Okay. What are you telling him?
So I believe it would be in everyone's best interest if we stuck together, especially since you are perhaps my most valued client. And don't worry about the mud stains. I'm sure we'll be able to get rid of them in due time.
I just keep walking. I know what I'm doing. That's my message back. I know what I'm doing.
Okay, I was about to say he's not replying. he's dead. All right,
Oh,
he's
dear.
going to try and find his own way.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
All right, guys, come on, let's go.
Okay, so you move deeper into the alleyway. Kind of move yourself into party order up at the front, and I will move.
Lucas, do please. Oh, do please wait for us.
I was waiting.
Okay.
And it's Lukash, actually. There's a soft SH sound at the end.
Is each of these squares
Okay.
5 feet?
Yes, each one is 5 feet.
Okay.
Any signs of scuffle?
I will give you that info in just a moment. You're moving forward into the alley up front, and you Archie, you are watching for signs of traps, and you don't see any as you are looking about on the ground, but you hear the movement from above you.
I
Go ahead.
think we're alone here.
Can I do an insight check?
Oh,
Insight check?
inside?
Yes, on the footprints.
To find out what? What are you trying to learn?
What exactly we're tracking?
Yeah, go ahead and do an insight check to see if you understand the tracks or can get anything from
Are they barefooted tracks?
They are. They are. They have claw-tipped toes, but are five-toed creatures. They are in the mud, and there is some depth to them. They seem like if as you step through the mud, these like your footprints are obvious, but you figured that uh, these impressions had to be made recently.
Right.
Fresh.
As an action, I can make my familiar appear 30 feet within me. Can I make my familiar appear on the rooftops?
Yes.
Actually,
Okay,
that was you were thinking the same thing. I was gonna ask if I can send Edgar up and see through his eyes.
Yep.
We all have familiars.
Absolutely.
What does Mother see?
Your familiars go up onto the rooftops, and they see ghouls.
Oh, goodness.
Many ghouls. And
That
as
is
you
many.
kind of and Lukash, as you enter the alley, the back alley kind of courtyard area, and as Kurt does, the ghouls kind of growl and see you and jump down into
Look out!
the alleyway. Everybody roll initiative.
Watch yourselves. There
So-
are at least 6 of them on the
So
roof.
you're going to click on your... Make sure you're clicked onto your token when you roll initiative. If you haven't, that's okay. I will add you to the initiative tracker. So let's see who's rolled so far.
I
How do
rolled
I
a
do
6.
Yes,
Um,
Max, you rolled
click
a
on-
six. Yep.
Click on your token, and then in D&D Beyond, do you see your plus initiative? And then click on it, and on the top right, there's a Beyond 20 button.
Oh, there we go. All right.
All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's
Some
add a turn there.
ghoulies.
Add a turn here. The ghouls are not very stealthy, so you were able to spot them. Pretty quickly, especially hearing them with a 15, and so no one is surprised by either's presence. And you prepare for these ghouls to come down from the rooftop. They are obviously have their eyes trained on you. Their claws are kind of moving in this anticipatory, like, kind of way of just flexing their claws and their fingers, and their mouths are drooling uncontrollably as they look down at you. Let's see, let me roll for Kurt here because he's going to be participating as well.
And then can I ask, are these single-story buildings or like two-story? How high up are they?
They are 2-story buildings.
Oh, so way high.
They're about 20 feet up at the rooftop. Peaked, shingled, kind of have that... I think my music ended. Kind of have...
Also, Max has no idea what's going on.
Nope.
He's still weaving through the main.
Yeah, he has no
I
idea.
suspect you'll hear some magical explosions or something soon. So
It makes sense that I rolled lowest on initiative then.
logical, yeah. All right, so am I up first then?
Yeah, let me double check the initiative order. Yep, Lark, you are up first. As you...
And so these ghouls are mostly on the ground, or are any of them still on the roofs?
The ghouls are on the roofs right now. They have not jumped down. You guys spotted them. They've spotted you. That is where things start off.
So the one here is at the top, right? I'm trying to click things. I don't know if that's showing up.
Yep, there you go. You got it.
Yeah. So if I
yeah, he's at the top.
Okay, so if I shoot it with Eldritch Blast with the additional knockback 10-foot thing, should just knock him nicely off the roof, eh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that with my angle my rapier with its affixed arcane focus and Eldritch Blast him.
Dope.
That's really cool.
Nice loud explosion to drag Maximilian back over here.
That will work. Okay. So it makes a dexterity save, correct? Or
I haven't had this attack before. Beam of crackling energy streaks towards a creature. Make a ranged attack on a hit. Takes 1d10 force damage.
You're gonna make a ranged attack.
Okay, so how do I do this? With
I'm sorry, you said Eldritch Blast, didn't you? I know what that does.
Yes. Sorry.
No, that's my fault. I wasn't listening.
So click on it in D&D Beyond, and then on the top right it says Beyond 20. Click.
So is it on my sheet or it's in the character builder? Because I don't know how to.
On your actions in
it's on your
D&D
actual
Beyond.
sheet.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
If not, click spells. And it should be on in the.
Oh, there we go.
And if you there's a line that says all, then 0, then first and second. Since Eldritch Blast is a cantrip, click 0 and it'll show all the cantrips up front.
So I hit the cast on VTT button. Is that what I wanted to hit? Or I want to hit the.
That's correct. Yes, it worked. You rolled a 20 to hit with your Eldritch Blast and did 6 points of force damage. And you said it has the ability to knock back, right?
Yep, I took that extra.
The invocation for
repelling
Yes.
blast. Yes.
Yeah, repelling blast.
All right.
Oh boy.
So it's gonna
Kaboom.
get knocked back.
Which one were you shooting?
The one on the roof.
This one here.
Close.
And you're here, so it is going to get knocked back 5, 10. So it gets knocked back. It slams into the wall behind it and falls to the ground, slamming loudly, because it's going to go, or it's here. So 5, 10. It'll get knocked back right here. About 10 feet away from Maximilian, it hits the ground with a loud oof and a growl. And it's going to take an additional d6 of falling damage.
Woohoo.
So that's 4 more falling damage on top of the 6, so it takes 10 damage total.
Is it 2d6? Because he said 20 feet up?
It is every 10 feet after the first one is falling damage.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
So yeah. And it hits the ground hard with an oof.
And that gets Max's attention.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
All right, that's turn.
That is your turn. You don't have any bonus actions?
My familiar could use aid, but
That is true.
that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Who is your familiar aiding, and in what way you can describe it?
What are my options for that? Because the one I've known before is like just harrying the creature, kind of flying around
That's
its head.
typically how I describe aid. It puts your familiar in harm's way, but it absolutely distracts the enemy, and gives the character who will attack that enemy next advantage on their attack roll. That's typically.
Let's do this one. Let's do the same thing again, like the one that's prone.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, but that one already would have advantage, eh? So maybe just send it to.
It depends on what the person tries to do. So that's them being marked prone there. It depends on what the person is trying to do. If they are trying to attack them with melee, they will have advantage if the creature is prone, but if they are trying to attack them from range, they will not. They will have
Maybe
disadvantage.
I'll send him to the other one that I can see from my line of sight, the one up here, to distract this one, and then...
Okay.
Yep. Piosa's on it.
I think this will be more suitable to what is occurring.
Yeah.
Set more of an atmosphere.
Less slow build tension.
Lukash, you see the ghouls as they approach the edges of the rooftop, and these familiars all find their way to the rooftops, and warn of the familiars, your companions call out, and Lark looks up and launches a blast of arcane energy at one of them, sending it collapsing to the ground after bashing into the wall of the house beside the roof that it was standing on. And you are already set to act. What do you do?
Yeah, he is going to use his Manifest Echo.
Okay.
And a kind of gray, ghostly version of himself appears right next to this ghoul up here. I don't know if we need a token for that or not. It might be helpful just for reference. There we go.
Wow.
And then he's going to take his attack through his... so essentially his echo is going to take an attack on the ghoul that he's beside.
Okay. I'm going to put some kind of token so we know it's your echo. That should work. There we go.
So that's 26 to hit. I'm getting a lot of background noise from someone. Scarlet, I think it's you.
Sorry, the cat's ravenous.
Yeah, we hear your
I'll mute this.
we hear somebody's keyboard in the background actually. There, let's get a little closer to the action here.
So that's 17 slashing damage.
Yes,
wow.
it is. Move your your echo appears on the rooftop suddenly and slashes at this ghoul, striking true and dealing the 17 damage to it, devastatingly against the ghoul. And there is this huge gash across its chest, and it screams out in this high-pitched, unearthly howl of pain. And that will bring us to
the ghouls.
The ghouls.
I am actually going to move. So
okay,
I'm
go
going
ahead and
to
move.
step in here to kind of unclog the alleyway so people can come in if they need to.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And that's my turn.
This ghoul kind of climbs down about 10 feet of the wall with its claws and then jumps the rest of the way to land next to Lukash in this way that is just creepy and unnatural.
Spider ghoul.
This one will move down into the alley here. This ghoul will also climb down about 10 feet and then drop to the ground. This one gets itself back up, sees Kurt, as that's where the enemies have been, and moves the 15 feet towards him. And then we will make it so he is no longer prone. So, the ghouls beside you, Lukash, they will start acting. They come rushing at you with claws and gnashing teeth. The first one attempts to claw into you and rolls a 13. So you are able to just get your sword between it and bat away its claws, but the second one comes at you with and tries to latch onto your back and bite, but cannot get through your armor. It rolls a 10 to hit.
Oh, no.
This one here kind of used all its movement getting down the wall, so it does not have an action to get close enough to attack anyone. The other one here will attempt to hit Kurt. It rolls a 22 and slashes him for 10 damage.
Oh, shit.
And Kurt has to roll a Constitution save.
He was going to be the first to die.
The veteran of the group.
I clicked on the wrong token. Okay. Kurt gets slashed by this ghoul's claws. He tries to get out of the way, and it slashes at him, and he is suddenly... he stops moving. He is just... His arms kind of go limp, and he seems to just be stuck in the position that he's standing.
Oh, goodness.
This
That's
one up
great.
here is going to attack your Echo
Sure.
with its claws, and an 8 is going to do nothing, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it has an AC of 16.
All right, and this ghoul is going to jump down here and take the falling damage as he takes the full jump. So he's going to take 5 falling damage, but it's going to land between you and...
Does he have any
attack.
disadvantage from being bugged by the familiar?
No.
He does not have disadvantage, but the next person to attack him will have advantage to hit. And he is going to attack Archie.
Are we using tactics, by the way? You know, the advantage tactic of when someone's in front and back.
I mean, he's paralyzed. I don't think he
But
can do
he
much.
is paralyzed, yeah. If you have a character that is actively fighting on either side, as long as you can draw a straight line through the enemy, yes, you each have advantage. Archie, the ghoul misses you with its claws. And
Oh.
yeah, you kind of nimbly duck out of the way in absolute fear, but not absolute fear. You're holding steady and you're fighting strong, and it's your action.
Right. I shall look to these ones here and see that I don't have a lot at my advantage that can help with us, but I will. In my fear, Archie looks to both these creatures, and those black voids call out to them within his eyes, and he is going to upcast Cause Fear.
Okay, tell me which creature. Point to the creatures again. I missed which ones you.
Oh
on.
well, the ones that are within
okay.
immediate reach.
Yes, absolutely.
Hope they're not immune to fear. Cast. And the DC is 14. I'm going to make the one in front of me have a 7 on their save with my portent.
Okay. So, let me roll. They have
Yes.
to make
So
wisdom saving throws.
as he's yeah, one of them has to because the other just automatically fails.
Okay. You can use your portent after I roll, but before I tell you the result.
Oh really? Okay.
I
Awesome.
believe.
Okay.
Let me. Why don't click on
no,
portent?
I think it's before.
Click,
Yeah.
you
let
might
me
be
get
right.
it.
Click on portent and see if it pops up on.
Display in VTT.
Yeah, there you go.
Before the roll. Yeah.
Yes, you can replace any attack roll, saving throw, or ability check made by you or a creature that you can see with one of these before
So
telling
the
the roll.
twinkle I can't, like.
Okay, so
sparks.
one of them is going to fail with your portent because what were your portent rolls today? I
It
saw
was
them.
a 14 and a 7. So
Okay,
I'm gonna
so
use the
one of
7.
them is getting a 7. Which one do you want to have the 7? I'm assuming the one directly in front of you.
Yeah, the one directly in front of me, please.
Okay, and the other one will make a wisdom save. Let me look at the ghoul's character sheet. Okay. That is a 14 wisdom save by the ghoul.
Oh, that makes it. That makes it.
All right, just makes it. Okay.
Just.
All right. So the ghoul in front of you is obviously frightened. He starts to it starts to cower away from your gaze. The other ghoul on the other side of it that's just clawed into Kurt is not even fazed by your presence, almost as if you're nothing to him, especially because you're around a corner and next to these other two combatants.
Yeah. I suppose it would be more intimidating to the one right in front of me. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And just to add to the intimidation, Archie sort of quickly sees that like this is a tight spot and his allies need to get through. He's going to leap onto the wall and sort of try to attempt to climb, but try and make it look natural.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
Where are you going to? Just move your token
onto the
where you're
roof.
headed. Okay.
Yes.
You climb up to the roof and attempt to make it look like you are just a deft climber. Give me a deception check for that.
Yes. Where's my the deception? There it is. Oh no, my hand. My hand slipped as I like go halfway, and I'm just like, and then immediately after that, I'm just like.
the only ones who really need to roll against that are going to be Lark and Theo. You are distracted by the fact that there are freaking ghouls around, so go ahead and give me insight checks with disadvantage.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
There's Lark. There's Theo. Lark, roll one more time. It is with disadvantage.
How do we toggle disadvantage within D&D Beyond?
Yeah, you can toggle it. I'm sorry. I said Lark. Lark, you have a 6 and a 21, so yours is a 6. And Theo, I need a second roll from you. Actually, not.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's okay.
How do we toggle?
If you go to D&D Beyond, there should be.
On the Beyond 20 next to your name, if you click on it, there's whisper rolls and types of roll. If you look under normal roll, there's a whole bunch.
I see.
Or the disadvantage.
Yes. So you can.
But you can.
Go ahead.
You can just take it to ask every time. That way, you can just do it manually for each roll.
There you go.
Yes.
I roll all of my rolls with two die, and then just utilize them with the first roll.
I'll just do always once.
Yeah. Okay. Theo, you are definitely aware that the way that your companion moved up the wall was not. He wasn't really like using handholds to climb the wall. He was literally just using his fingertips to climb up it very rapidly. There was no strain in it whatsoever. And it is your action as well.
Okay, well, assuming that Edgar, my raven, had flown back to me after telling everyone that there were 6 ghouls around, I cast, where the hell is it? I cast Dragon's Breath on Edgar.
Yes, that deception was to make him look more human.
Yeah.
You cast Dragon's Breath on Edgar. Okay.
Yep. And then so I looked up the raven's movements. Ravens have a movement speed of 10 feet when they're on the ground, and for flying they have 50 feet. since I'm gonna have Edgar start flying towards this school over here. So Edgar is gonna land over here. Is that okay?
Yes, it is. Just go ahead and draw a little widget for with the freehand tool for Edgar. Beautiful. That's beautiful.
So cute.
It is perfect.
Did the best I could. And then he's going to, or it's going to breathe a cold breath on the ghoul right here.
All right. There you go. Because ravens are tiny creatures.
Yes.
All right, so it is you're using Dragon's Breath, correct? And it is a touch attack, or is it a
No, it's you cast. It's a touch. You
It's a
cast
touch
and
spell.
then
and they have a
Yes.
dex save. Sorry, I was trying to
Oh.
read the spell correctly.
Yeah, yeah.
So the ghoul has nowhere to go, and the Dragon's Breath hits the ghoul, dealing
11.
11 points of damage to it.
wait.
Just a little crow barfing up acid. Jeez. Ugh, terrifying.
Do you say Dracaris?
No,
No, I don't.
No.
That's a little
Stop.
too.
Stop
No,
it.
I'm sorry. No, that's. I haven't recovered since. So please.
We are not referencing any shows that ended poorly on any stations that are premium cable channels on our stream. Just so everyone knows, that's not what we're doing. Theo, do you have any other actions this round? Moving or anything?
Actually, yeah, I moved my character up just a little bit
Okay. There you go.
behind Lark, just just for protection.
Absolutely. And
Right.
Maximilian, you are now aware of the sounds of battle.
Okay, I'm gonna walk into this alley carefully. Not because I think there's battle, but because there's mud everywhere.
Okay.
Difficult terrain.
I'm just like, oh my god!
Fantastic
And,
priorities.
In my surprise, because I don't is this alley really dark?
I
don't have dark vision.
Do you see the rings of light of like
Oh,
lighter colors?
okay.
You are
Okay.
you are in the ghoul in front of you is in bright light. It's he's well lit.
Yeah,
Okay.
especially with the torch in the other guy's hand.
Okay. I just didn't know if that went around corners or not.
So
But I'm gonna strike at the ghoul in front of me.
okay. Go ahead and roll the hit.
Oh.
You attack the ghoul in front of you, and it just ducks under your blade.
That's fine.
That was a really good damage roll too.
This is my first rodeo.
Wait, why do you do +6 damage on top of your sword? Oh, probably it.
I think it's my strength and
Dueling.
proficiency. Oh wait, no.
Proficiency isn't for damage; it's just strength.
Dueling.
Dueling,
I have
Dueling.
to
Dueling.
You have because you're using a longsword one-handed, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I
Also
have it
PKI.
set to one-handed, not.
Right.
Alright. Damn.
By
Also,
the way,
this is.
oh, go ahead.
Oh no, it's fine. I was gonna say something, but it's an action. Never mind.
No, you can say something. It's a free action to say something.
Oh, well, I have my divine sense, but it's a little too late.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know. I think these are very much undead.
Hey guys, what's going on? I think there's undead here but nearby.
Archie's just staring down at this ghoul to try and drive him away. So, whoa!
That's the torch.
Yeah. I felt like that was.
That torch, by the way, is on the ground. He dropped it as he went limp. So.
That's not honest. I can't stay long in the mud. Okay.
All right. Okay, Max. That ends your turn. Kurt is paralyzed. At the end of his turn, he is going to make a check to see if he becomes unparalyzed. And
Hell yeah.
he does. He kind of shakes it off and comes to his senses and kind of looks around wide-eyed and then grins. He doesn't move. He makes himself can stay limp, but those of you around him that are more aware of human expression can tell that he is not. Lark?
I cast mirror image on myself.
Okay. There are, what, 4 of you around you now?
There's 4 of me total, I think. I don't know.
That's a lot of people.
This
in one
alleyway is
alley.
going to be very crowded all of a sudden.
Did I click all the right buttons?
You don't need to click any buttons for mirror image, so
Okay.
it just happens. It is a concentration spell, though, as far as I remember. But
It is
I have
not,
to.
actually.
It's not.
It's
oh,
not.
excellent.
No, which is why it's such a good spell.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Just so you know, I don't I know the rules fairly well, but as far as individual spells and abilities, I will check in with you on them. It is impossible to keep every single spell and ability in one's head at all times. They come in and out of my brain on a regular basis. All right.
Mirror image.
So mirror image. So you have kind of 4 of yourself, I believe.
I believe myself plus 3 duplicates, and then
Yeah.
whenever
Whenever
they
someone
attack,
hits.
then there's a roll to find out if they hit me or hit a duplicate.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. I haven't had this spell before, so I'm learning too.
It's all right.
But it looks cool.
The not smell.
Yeah,
Oh, and my familiar is which creature's looking the most damaged right now? Which ghoul?
The
familiar
ghoul
with
directly
the
in
stuff
front
that-
of you looks afraid. But the one that Max just hit is no, I'm sorry. Max didn't hit this one.
I didn't hit it, but that's the one that fell off the roof.
That's the one that fell off the roof. So that's the one that you hit with your
Initially,
Eldritch Blast, and you know that one was in bad shape when it hit the ground. You heard it.
So I'll
oof.
I'll send the familiar to aid and harass him for now.
This one here? Okay. Sounds
Yeah.
good. It's just, there's your familiar. There you go. Familiar. Lukash.
Yeah. Just in the just for the sake of fairness, if he had done a 15-foot cone from the position that he has his bird in, I would have had to have made a save, but he would have hit both of the ghouls.
You're right. The bird is in the air, correct? Blowing the fire downwards.
Well, cold.
Oh, okay,
It's not.
cool. So you're-
It's not fire. It's cold. But yeah.
It's the cold damage. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool. All right. Then I will not
You're
do
right.
that.
Then that ghoul. But again, the bird is in the air, blowing down at them. Correct.
Yes, it is. So it's at least a good 10 feet above or more,
Okay.
I'd say.
But the ghouls that are within, the other ghoul is also within range, so I'm gonna have to make a roll for that. I didn't realize. It's gonna fail as well and take the same 11 damage.
Can it take 16 for the cold damage? Oh wait, no wait.
It's hard to read that spell.
So from no, wait. It's 13 actually. From what it's telling, acid's the 11, 13 is the cold, fire is the 11, 16 is the lightning, and poison is the 13. So we take 13.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think you're right. So they each take 13. Thank you.
Okay, sorry about that.
No, it's hard to
I didn't
read.
understand either, to be honest.
It's hard to read that spell.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It might just be like good to just have it as one damage type and then just say what it is, really. Because yeah.
Also, how do you erase things? I want to make my.
You want to
make your what? Sorry?
Like you want to erase the familiar? Hello? You've lost sound.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry. Yes, I do kind of want to erase him just to redraw him.
The delete button, select them.
Select the, kind of make a box over the whole thing so that all of it is selected and hit backspace.
Oh, okay.
So here, I will delete it, and then you can go ahead and draw it.
It's gonna be a frowny face this time.
It breathes fire, right?
Are you ready for me to go?
Yes, Lukash.
Oh,
you can go.
cool.
Fancy.
So I'm gonna take a swing at this guy. The one that's right above me.
Okay.
This one?
Yep. Go ahead and roll to attack.
Yeah.
15. So you level your sword at the ghoul, or your, your great sword at the ghoul, and you slice down towards it. I'm sorry, you rolled a
12.
12 to hit. Okay. And your great sword slams home. Roll your damage.
Oh wow.
You
Wasn't
can
expecting that.
Yeah, you can set your roll to roll the attack and damage together. By the way.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't done it yet on the sheet, but that's 12 slashing damage.
12 slashing damage. The ghoul collapses in a heap as your blade slams through it.
And then I am going to use my Unleash Incarnation, which when I take an attack action, I get to have my Echo do an attack action from where it's standing as well, and he's going to take a shot at this guy.
Go for it. That will hit.
Sweet. So that's 9 damage to him. Is that ghoul still up?
And that ghoul will also collapse under the attack of your Echo.
Sweet. I'm gonna have my Echo move up to here. It's a free action to get your Echo to move up to 30 feet.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use an action surge, and I'm going to take a swing at this guy.
Freaking fighters, man.
Yeah.
He's just demolishing.
So that's a 26 for 12 slashing damage.
That will absolutely hit and take this ghoul down as well. So you've just mowed through 3 ghouls.
Yeah.
Does your Echo... I guess you only have 4 uses of Unleash Incarnation, is that correct?
That is correct, yeah. So I get to do it up to my Constitution modifier, and I can do it anytime I take the attack action.
So technically you could do it again right now.
I was going to say I might actually do it again against this guy right here.
So how many times will that have used your the attack action, the Unleash Incarnation?
So that's twice in total then, so I have 2 left.
Okay. When you first call forth your Echo, it can make an attack? Is that how that works?
No, every time...
So basically what it is you can call forth your Echo, and you can either make an attack like use your attack action through it.
Oh.
Or anytime you take the attack action, you can spend one of these Unleash incarnations and have them make an attack as well.
That's really cool. All right, so yeah, he attacks the ghoul in front, or it attacks the ghoul in front of it, and slices into the creature.
Sweet, and that is my whole turn. Sorry for taking so long.
No, take as much time as you need.
The ghouls at this point, this ghoul is frightened of Archie, and
Archie's just like looking down at him, just like intimidating in the night sky.
Yes, and it tries to escape past the quote-unquote paralyzed Kurt, and that's when Kurt just kind of puts himself between the ghoul and the opening of the alleyway, and refuses to let it pass. He's going to take an attack of opportunity against the ghoul. And that was not the right thing. And miss. I'm sorry. So Kurt misses with his attack of opportunity, and the ghoul is stuck in that spot. The other ghoul standing near him, having been slashed by Maximilian, will attempt to claw at him.
Did Maximilian hit?
That is a 17 to hit Max.
Nope.
Okay. Wow.
My parents bought me this armor.
Paladins, man.
The ghoul's claws scratch along your armor, and though they don't penetrate, they leave gouges in the paint.
Oh, god damn it. I'm gonna have to get that buffed out.
There's one more ghoul. I'm sorry. This ghoul is going to attack your Echo.
Sure.
That's an 11 to hit.
Does not hit.
All right, so he misses your Echo as it makes its attack, and Archie, you can go.
All right. Archie, which one has been hit in this encounter that's still standing? This one has been hit. Right.
Hold on, let me.
Yeah, that's the one that I knocked off the roof.
Oh,
yes.
really?
This
okay.
is the one that was knocked off the roof. This one has also been hit. Actually, they've all been injured. None of them are uninjured. All of them are showing signs of battle.
Archie takes his wand and like takes it to his shoulder, and then pulls it out from the shoulder, and like a white string appears, and he sort of like takes his finger along the sort of white string he manifests, and casts Toll the Dead, as if he's playing like a violin.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So, Toll the Dead.
It makes a wisdom save.
Yes, it does make a wisdom save.
And it rolls a 1.
Ooh.
So go ahead and do your deal. 9 damage.
Takes 9 necrotic damage. Yes.
And that was this one directly in front of you?
No, the one that was hit and fell off. Yes.
This one. Okay.
Yes. Since it has...
The roof belongs to you now.
How long is this thing afraid for?
A minute.
Okay. Does it get to make other saves?
At the end, let me see cause here. At the end of each of its turns, it can make a saving.
Okay, so I will make a wisdom save to see if it broke free of your fear effect. That's a 12, so that will not.
No.
All right, Archie, do you have any?
Yeah. What?
Do you have any? I'm sorry. Any bonus actions?
No, I do not have any bonus actions, but I can just move over to here along the rooftop, and this guy's just basically stuck here now. Actually, no. Actually, I don't want to move because then he will move. He will be able to move towards my allies.
Okay.
Yeah. So, because the creature cannot, when they're frightened, cannot move anywhere towards you, and has disadvantage on ability and attack rolls when this ultimate sphere is within line of sight.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
My familiar cannot do something like aid because it's just a tiny little spider, so it can't really do that much to really annoy
A ghoul? Absolutely not.
a ghoul. Yeah.
All right.
Doesn't
Theo.
shoot like one tiny little silk string.
I mean, it could probably just like jump from the balcony and land on its head, and then
Alright,
like be like surprised, but
Venom bite.
but no.
Alright, I'm going to cast Kill Touch on... Sorry, you can take the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking.
I was
another
going to cast it on that one, but yeah, it's not going to hit.
Unfortunately, it will not.
And then I'm going to... it hasn't been 1 minute, right?
It has not been a minute. No, each round is 6 seconds, so it would take 10 rounds for a minute to pass.
Okay, then I'm going to have Edgar go from where he is to about here. Don't know.
Oh, I just moved the mouth, or you just moved the mouth. Oh gosh. Parts of Edgar are missing. Oh goodness.
We really need tokens for these
He
familiars.
looks like an
I
angry
will.
bird.
I promise you, I will make tokens. Oh my gosh, there's a giant line.
Oh, Edgar is a shape.
Edgar's.
Edgar, no!
It'd probably just be easier just to use like a square or a circle, just for now.
That's fine. But then he's going to, you know...
I'm gonna just delete this line. There you go. You faded out again.
Breath weapon?
Your vocals are gone.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
That's very strange.
He's going to once again... weird. He's going to cast... Or he's going to breathe Dragon's Breath again.
Here.
That will hit. Shoot.
Yeah, and he's going to do the lightning damage.
Okay, that will hit Lucas.
Okay.
Lukash, I think.
No, lightning damage is straight.
Oh, okay.
No, it's that they're all 15-foot cones.
The whole 15.
Dragon's Breath is all of
Oh,
15
15-foot cones?
Yes, all of
Yeah.
them.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Alright,
You can't just go
It
like
won't
right
hit
up to
me
its
though.
face.
It'll just hit the. It won't hit me. It'll just hit the echo, which doesn't matter.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I can summon him for free every round. He does not. You can.
I can show you.
okay. If
I'll
that's...
show you what spaces are cone effects. That's the spaces that are cone effects.
Yep, thank you. So, alright, roll a dex save for your echo.
Oh, he'll just fail because he has 1 hit point, so it doesn't matter.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Okay,
He just disappears.
okay, so the echo is gone. The echo disappears. The ghoul fails its save and takes the 12 points of lightning damage, and the lightning courses through the creature and it falls off the roof and to a pile and heap.
Could Archie tell or see Lucas here? Because he could have just seen Lucas just die.
Disappear.
Lucas
Yeah.
is just dead.
Yeah, he has line of sight to Lucas.
Okay.
Okay.
Lucas, your brother is dead, I think.
Don't worry, he'll be back. He always comes back.
Alright.
Maximilian.
So I had advantage on the one in front of me, right?
Yes, you do.
Correct.
Okay. Hopefully I hit so that I can do a divine.
Oh, shit. This is not his day. This is not his day.
Even with advantage, this ghoul, you are so upset by the fact that this ghoul left scratch marks in your armor that you kind of petulantly strike at him with your sword, and the ghoul is completely unfazed by your attempted attack.
Fine.
Do you have any bonus actions or movement?
No, because then... Well, I can reposition. Just right here, so it doesn't get an attack.
No problem. And Kurt kind of smirks at you as he gets his... as he comes out of his he's come out of his pretend paralyzation, and he draws his blade and says, Maximilian, I'll show you how it's done, as Arthur has instructed me to do. And he attacks the ghoul.
Wait, has he been pretending to be out of it to patronize us?
No, he was paralyzed for one round of combat.
But he kept pretending.
He kept pretending after his turn until this is the next turn, right after he became unparalyzed.
Yeah, so he didn't draw attention that he was not paralyzed.
Yes.
Smart. That's very smart, actually.
Okay, as long as it's strategic and not patronizing.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
So he misses with his first swing of his blade, but hits with the second. And we'll do... he will do 5 points of damage to the ghoul, unfortunately. Because I rolled a 1 on his damage die. But that is actually enough to kill it.
Probably enough, yeah.
Yeah, so he lashes out 2 times with his blade. The first making it... His first miss, he makes it look like a feint. And then strikes with his second attack. And deals just enough damage to take the ghoul down. And kind of smiles over at Maximilian and says, "See, Max, easy as that."
I can't. I don't know if he's mad or not.
You can decide. Kurt is clearly instigating the boy. Lark?
Okay, so these aren't humanoid, correct?
No, they are undead.
Okay, so I can't use hold person because they're not humanoid, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So I'm gonna move here as much as possible with wall allowances, and I'll cast Eldritch Blast on this guy, and it'll have that knockback 10 foot as well.
The really unfortunate thing about this is that it makes it hard to...
I enter range?
There we go. You would actually be walking onto the roof if you do that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, let me... I like having the light sources, but they actually make things less visible.
Yeah.
So let me do this real quick.
You can turn them off for now.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
We'll just have to guess how much our vision can make for us.
Well, I have 2 screens open. One that's a DM screen and one that's a player screen, so that I can see what you're seeing. And so I'm going to make them invisible to you, but visible to me.
Okay.
So that I still know where your line of sight is and where it isn't.
So I'm gonna lean over with one arm as far as possible in the alleyway, like almost touching the wall with the rapier arcane focus, and then I'm gonna blast this guy, but I'm gonna try to do it at an angle, just so I don't hit an ally when I knock him back. He'll like hit a wall instead. I don't know how to draw a line, but that's what I'm trying to do. Make sense?
It does.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. Roll your attacks.
Eldritch Blast. Yeah.
Yep.
If it'll let me. If the dice are kind. Do you want it public or whispered? Does it matter?
Your Eldritch Blast? No, just public is fine.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that hits. So you're trying to angle it so that it bounces into a wall and not Kurt?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have you... 23 is good enough to do that.
Yeah, I feel
23
like
is a
23,
great
yeah.
roll. So you do that, and it kind of bounds into the wall and bounces back. And you deal these 7 points of force damage to the ghoul as you do so. It's still standing, but it looks rather hurt and surrounded and afraid.
My familiar is gonna hiss at it with its tiny Sadobragan hiss, and he's gonna harry it to aid.
Oh, when did the initiative? Is the initiative gone?
Yeah, I'm bringing it back up. I had to close the window for a second.
Okay, yeah, that's all good.
Yep. If I close it in the Dungeon Master's screen, then it closes it for you guys too. So,
okay.
Yeah. Okay, so where is your familiar moving? Over here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Lukash.
Lukash is going to summon another echo of himself right here.
Okay.
And he's going to take his attack through the echo. So the echo will swing.
With advantage.
Oh, I guess he gets advantage, doesn't he? Probably doesn't need it, but I'll roll again anyways. Yeah, so that's a 23 to hit.
All right, that's a 23 to hit. That will absolutely hit. Roll your damage against the creature. It's 12.
Automatically, so it's 11.
It's 11 damage. So your echo takes the ghoul out, and you've basically accounted for 90% of the murders in this alley. Well, I guess you don't murder.
Murdering is kind of the only thing he's good at. So.
Now I'm wondering whether Kurt or Lukash is the real veteran.
Lukash has trained his entire life to be a monster hunter. So,
One just perfectly fine.
What's that? Oh, you cut out again.
Sorry. I don't know why it keeps doing that.
Is there a wire issue?
No, it's a Discord issue. Maybe it's my keyboard. Who knows? Essentially, Theodore is saying one such as Lukesh is a perfect specimen for Danse Macabre.
Yeah, well, I have been working at it for a while. Thank you, though. I do appreciate the compliment. Wasn't as bad as it could have been, right, guys?
I have a new hero.
You have a new hero.
We worked better as a team than I was expecting. And I'll cast Prestidigitation at Maximilian, so he's pristine again.
Oh, thank God.
I see there's a claw mark in your armor. I can tend to that immediately.
Thank you.
Let me come the long way. And he goes around and tries to sneakily climb down the building on the other side.
Can I call a carriage from this part of town, or do we have to walk out of here?
Before we go, we should check the tracks and make sure that the tracks match what we've killed and there isn't something else lurking around here.
Well,
That's a good
just
idea.
because you've killed these ghouls doesn't mean that we know where they
in. And don't worry about those swings and misses back there. It's your first time. You'll get better at it. It gets easier.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna whisper something to Lukash because it's perfect, exactly how Max has a new eye.
Max has what?
A new idol.
Oh.
I thought it was gonna be Kurt, but you did just like kill everything here in like one. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you what the wording is on my channel divinity.
Okay.
Please do, yeah. Oh, cool. Are you a multi-class then?
No.
No, it's Oath of Treachery, but it's funny because I imagine I end up using this divine power because I'm copying Lukash.
Wow.
Okay. So sorry, which direction is the it's behind this tree here?
Yes, you've sensed an undead presence somewhere beyond this tree. So let me just see. That's only 25 feet beyond that. So it is within the 60-foot range. It is beyond this tree. So let me move us to
What happened to the bodies, by the way?
You have your unseen servant doing what with them?
Well, I was actually, before I was going to ask Kurt if there was a wagon that I can use to put them, the ghouls in, and bring them back to the man.
Well, we don't have a manor here with, or a cart here with us at the moment, but I'm sure that we could do that. I assume this is for your research.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
We can do that for now. Why don't you? Here's a place between these two piles of trash. Why don't you just tuck them in there, and we can retrieve them after the fact. For now, I believe Max here has.
I'm gonna get.
I don't think anyone's gonna venture outside of the houses just yet.
Yeah, I hope not.
No, people tend to scurry away from sounds of combat, and you've done quite well this evening so far. I'm impressed, especially with you, Lukash. I knew you've become adept at a sword, but your abilities are beyond what I expected. I hope you don't mind that I kind of stood back and let you take the reins on this fight, lady and gentlemen. I wanted to see exactly what you could do.
Yeah, it's no problem. We had it under control.
Yes.
You did need to judge our prowess.
I mean, I was a bit worried at some point. I'm not exactly the most adept fighter. But would Archie be able to surmise what has he ever like encountered Theodore's profession or like aware of what he does?
You know that Theodore is a wizard, and you know that he is researching the undead. I don't know if Theodore would have revealed why or explained why he's doing that, or to what end, or that he's a necromancer. I don't know if he would have revealed any of those things to you. But everybody knows that, like, that's why he is a part of the dance, is that he's looking to research the creatures of the night.
Right. That's a good idea. Yes. Is there any way I could? Perhaps I could do something that could help you make sure that we no one attempts to tamper with these things.
Oh, that would be fine.
Okay.
Of course.
And then Archie starts drawing a line of silk around around the sort of pile of bodies.
Corpses.
Yeah, a pile of corpses.
By the way, the green square, that's where the corpses will be. And that's also kind of like my unseen surface. It's kind of like standing right around.
Okay.
Okay. And I'll cast Alarm.
Excellent.
As a
What
ritual.
kind of alarm will go off?
A sort of mental one
Okay.
that will let me know. Yeah.
No problem.
How long is your ritual?
It's 11 minutes.
And a short rest is 30, right?
Yeah, it is.
We also do have more undead.
Yeah,
need to
take
care
of, yes.
Maximilian, you told Lukash about the undead presence beyond the tree.
Yeah, so that I can hide behind him.
Okay. If Lukash, if you have not made a move in the direction of the undead creature, then
I think he would have gone to check it out pretty much right away.
Okay, so go ahead and you move in that direction. How long does your divine sense last? Is it for 1 minute? It lasts for 1 minute. Oh wait, no. I'm looking at the wrong ability. I'm sorry.
It's just single use. So if they move, I'll
It's
have
just
to
a
just
blue
divine
pip.
sense again.
Okay.
Also, is the about the undead?
I'm
Or is it
sorry.
just Lukesh? Is
think this is
the rest of the
Lukesh.
party aware of the undead, or because only Lukesh and Ara and Maximilian are aware?
No. So far, they're the only two that are aware.
As soon as Lukash starts walking away, I start walking away.
Okay. You
Yeah,
walk.
Lukesh will kind of holler over his shoulder to let people know what they're doing. I think we got one more over here. We're just gonna go check it out.
Okay. As you say that, all right, you say that, and go ahead. And are you just moving with purpose towards it?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to give it the opportunity to get away or hurt somebody else.
All right. So you move with purpose in that direction after saying that, and I will kind of set up what's next. You move past that tree, and the alleyway. It moves beyond that to part of like it moves out of the like slummy part of town and lets out into an area with a kind of stone walkway beyond this tree. And when you get around the tree, there's no undead immediately around. And in fact, Maximilian, you sense them beyond the tree, but you know it was like about 20-25 feet beyond where that tree was. And the alley kind of opens up to this stone path into one of the nicer districts in town, and you come to a it's wide open. The path is wide open, so anything that would have been there would have just been standing out in the open as far as you can tell. And you come to kind of this area here. There is a corner up ahead.
I'm gonna tag along after them because I'm kind of done what I needed to do as well.
Okay.
Also,
I'll be,
Edgar's.
like,
I'm gonna send
20 feet
Edgar ahead.
behind.
Okay.
I guess if no one pulls away Archie, he's just continuing what he's doing. So, oof.
He's doing a nice little ritual.
Yes. He's just like plucking the string between points. And then like as like he's going along this circumference, it's like fading away to be invisible.
Are you casting it as a ritual or are you casting it as a spell?
As a ritual, but like
So that'll take.
you can put, it'll take too long perhaps, but like he doesn't know that, so you can just pull him away if you want to.
Archie, I don't think anybody's gonna steal the dead bodies. We have a bunch of gross rules.
Sure. Okay. Right. Sorry.
And I mean, we're about to go make some more, so if somebody does get away with them...
Wait, there's more?
Yeah.
He was just trying to be helpful.
Oh, totally. Yeah, definitely. I'm not giving him shit. I'm just saying. I don't think we have 20 minutes. I mean, if there's more of them out there, I don't want them to hurt somebody else.
You're definitely right.
Or summon more
I'll come
friends.
stoot.
Yeah. We'll come back for him, though. I promise, okay?
I know.
What did y'all want to do with dead bodies anyways?
Apparently our compatriot here is adverse with necromantic origins and creatures of the night. As am I, in fact, as a fact.
Oh. I don't really know what necromantic means, but power to you, guess.
Death magic of sorts.
Spooky.
By the way, I'm sending Edgar out to just kind of scout ahead of us.
Okay.
To see, get a bird's eye.
Sure. So you round this, the back. You come out of that alley behind this stone building, on this stone path, and you come to this corner where you see kind of steps coming down from the corner of it. I'm assuming that Lukash would be up ahead a little bit, and you have your familiar look ahead. Let me open up this page a little wider. Actually, because I think that map
Is Archie like a spider person? Is
No.
that what's going on here?
No, of
No.
course not. Why would he be a spider person?
Why? No, just a normal dude. Yeah.
How many limbs does he have?
Just 4
Okay.
that you can see. Just 4.
Your regular average guy from the Underdark,
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone would know that, but yes.
There, I wanted to fix the, where'd Archie go?
Oh, shoot. Where did I go? I just moved myself and then, I went zoom.
Yeah, I don't know where you went.
I went off to the side, apparently. Okay. I just brought myself back.
Does Edgar see anything, by the way?
Yeah, I'm gonna, bring that up. Can you, I'm just gonna move, move Edgar back to...
Oh, okay.
Do you want to move Edgar back to, up here?
Who here actually lives in Ravenreach of our party?
Me.
Theo does.
Lukash as well.
I was just wondering if anybody would be familiar with this part of town. I was gonna say that Max lives in Ravenreach too, but he only visits the nice parts.
This is a nicer part of town, but it is. You realize you're right by the water, and that this stone building here is the back of an old church that is on the edge of the water. For those of you who would be familiar with this area of town, if you're not, then you don't really know anything about this building.
This is the high-end area, yes?
What's that?
It's the high-end area, yes? It's like
It's well, you were in the really crappy area of town. Like, you were in the, like, a very poor area of town, and as you've kind of come out of this alleyway and onto this stone path, you are by an older, slightly nicer part of town than you were at before. It's not like you were by the sticks, and you've walked behind this stone building, and Kirk kind of mentions to all of you, I know this place. This used to be an old church.
Which god?
It was to Orin, the god of light. And, well, there's not much light around here anymore. Your familiar kind of looks down these stairs, And as it does, you're looking through the eyes of your familiar, or just asking it to communicate telepathically with you? How do you want to... What are you looking for with your raven?
I'm just looking for anything, anything dead or moving.
Okay. Your familiar, can you see this gate on the far end of the map there?
Yes.
All right. Your familiar sees the gate kind of like has a... it's not a portcullis. Portcullis is the best thing I could have on here, but it's like a gate that is kind of swings outward as two doors. And you see someone kind of slip through them and close it as quietly as possible behind it. They are wearing like a red hooded cloak.
All right. I convey that to the group. There appears to be someone that has gone through the gate up ahead. They're wearing a red hooded cloak, from what I can tell.
Well, onwards.
Yeah, let's go after him.
All right. So you move down the alleyway.
Someone want to check for traps?
I don't think he would have had time to. Well, actually, he might have. He's been hiding back here for a bit.
We're entering the church and it's some kind of lair. It might be worth checking.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good idea.
Yeah, but it's a nice part of town. This is Max talking, not the player.
Unless you prefer to be our checking for traps.
It would be worth it to look around. If one of you wants to do so, I won't hinder you.
My version of checking for traps is walking right.
My perception's not great, but...
Mine's good, but I rolled kind of shit. I got an 11.
Yeah, you don't... You're scanning the area and not finding anything that seems like it would be of danger to you.
I can't seem to move Edgar. Just, I don't know why.
That's odd.
Did you make him?
Yeah,
if you didn't make him, you might not be able to move him.
I'm sticking close to the guy that can take 4 attacks in one turn.
Not anymore. I did that the one time I could do that.
Oh, you don't have Accent Surge anymore? That's
Yeah,
fine.
you only
Max
get to
doesn't know that.
Yeah, you only get to use it once per rest.
Just assume that Edgar's above us, kind of just scouting ahead, or like he can see further as he's high up.
Right. He's up higher. He can see further.
Are they making any sort of moves on us?
Roll initiative. As soon as the light comes
Yep.
around them, they move towards you. They move to, like, he says, I think they're undead, and they kind of like swarm over you at that same moment. So go ahead and roll initiative.
That was not great.
Same initiative as last time.
To roll for Kurt here.
Lark, just don't forget to click your token before you roll initiative, or else it
Oh,
won't log you into
okay.
the tracker.
That's a
Sorry.
D8 because my D20 is covered. There we go. Kurt is going on a 10.
So what should I do for this now then?
It's fine. I can take care of it.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who else is missing from here? Archie.
Oh, no, I saw it based on my character.
Yeah, for some reason it didn't take. So, you rolled a...
Oh, I didn't actually roll, did I?
Gotcha.
No.
Well, I'll remove this, and then you can roll. Alright, go ahead, roll. And Lark got a 5. And Kurt.
Oh boy.
Kurt got a 10.
I don't like that they all go on the same turn.
Lukash, you see these shadows kind of looming around you all, and they start to surge forward, but you are quicker than them. What do you do?
He is going to manifest his echo, so you see that kind of shadowy form of him step out again. And he's going to manifest him here. And then through his echo, take an attack at this guy there.
Okay. Point to the guy again. I'm sorry. This one?
The one in... no, it's the one in the top.
Closest to the door. Okay.
Yes.
Ooh, nat 20.
Nice.
Ooh.
Oh my
And because
gosh.
he's half orc, he gets to roll an extra d6.
Oh,
wait,
gosh.
is it an extra d6 or is it an extra 2d6?
It's an extra d6. It's one more
Gotcha.
die.
Damage dice.
Yeah, one more
One
damage
more die. So it would be better to use a d12 weapon then.
Perhaps.
Yes,
But then you have consistent damage.
They kind of force... I'm going to let you roll the 2d6 because I feel like... well, I don't know. See, that's something I struggle with because they kind of force half-orcs to fall into the always using a great axe range, and that sucks. That mechanic is not fun to me, but I'm not sure how I would want to fix it because rolling 2d6 is definitely better than rolling an additional d12.
Yeah.
True.
So yeah, we can discuss how we want to fix that later.
Yeah.
For now, just
you could just make it like a flat damage d8 or something.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Across the board. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you deal a total of 19 damage to the shadow.
Whew.
Is it still up?
I am just checking.
How many times can you summon your Echo Knight?
The actual summoning of the echo is it doesn't have a limit on it. You can just do it as a bonus action. It's the abilities that you can do through the Echo Knight. Those are all limited. But you can have your little buddy whenever you want.
Mm-hmm.
It also only has 1 hit point, so it's not like a sturdy...
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so your Echo's weapon passes through this shade and seems to tear at its being, but does not do what you would expect it to do to a full formed body, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
It is then Theodore. It is your turn.
Okay. I move my character 5 feet back over here. I use the help action and have Edgar distract the undead that's over here.
Okay. Excellent.
And then I cast chill touch on the one near that Edgar is distracting.
Okay. And chill touch is a
Ranged
attack. The touch of your necrotic energy hits the creature and seems to just pass through it, and it seems completely unfazed.
Uh-oh. Both wizards only have necrotic damaging cantrips.
The shades swarm everyone. The three around your echo, the first one will attempt to strike at it. And that is a 16 to hit your echo.
Uh, 16 hits its AC exactly.
Okay, then
Nice.
it deals 5 points of necrotic damage to your echo, which gets rid of it.
Yeah, the echo disappeared.
All right. It will then float towards you eerily. The three, now free of your presence, swarm the source of light in the alley.
Can I get an opportunity attack?
Nope. None of them moved out of your threat range.
This one
I
did.
have 10 feet.
Oh, you have a 10-foot threat range?
Yep. I have my whip.
You do. Okay, yes, you can get an attack of opportunity against one of them.
Hell yeah.
I have a gif with that.
Nice.
So yeah, it hits it. Which one did you want to hit? This one or this one if they both pass through your 10 feet?
I guess the closest one.
One of these was on the wrong layer and I couldn't move it, so...
Oh, great, another one.
Yeah, we'll do that. So they swarm. And suddenly you're surrounded by shadow. You do the 5 damage to this closest one. As your whip seems to pass through it without much effect. And then the 2 back here will attack the one source of light, and the 2 here will attack the other source of light. So
Everyone turn your lights out.
Theo, this is going to be a...
Or toss your torch.
9 to hit. I'm assuming it will not. And the second one has a 19 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
Okay, the 19, you take 9 necrotic damage, and Your strength score is reduced by 3.
Oh.
Let me know if your strength score hits 0.
Oh, Jesus. That's a lot of shadow.
It does.
What's
It
that?
does?
No.
No,
Not
no,
your,
no, 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 total.
the total score, not the modifier. Your
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Yeah, your strength score is reduced by 3. The 2 behind will miss. Both of them will miss Kurt. The one on Lark, 19.
Yep, hits.
You take 12 points of necrotic damage.
How do I enter that in, or do you enter that in?
No, you enter that. You'll just so look on your character sheet on D&D Beyond, and you should be able to click on your hit points and affect them.
There's a right next to the current 20 or the current health points or hit points. There's a heal and then damage. Below that, you can put your health.
Oh, okay. How do I share it? Because I entered it in, but it's not sharing.
Are your hit points
there
at
it is.
14 right now?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. All right. So you also, I'm sorry, you lost 3 points of strength as well.
How
Max,
do I do that? Oh, there we go.
There
Okay.
you go. Okay, so Max, you're getting attacked twice as well. 12 is the first one, and
Nope.
19 is the second one.
That hits.
Okay, you take 8 points of necrotic damage, and your strength score is reduced by 3. And then Lukesh.
I'm actually terrified.
I hope the music is appropriately terrifying. 11 and 10 to hit you.
Those do not hit.
Okay.
He's ducking. He's dodging.
Yep, he is. He is moving around these. Again, he has been training his whole life for this, and it shows. Archie, you see these shadowy forms kind of engulf your companions, and it is hard to see your compatriots beyond the darkness of these forms. What are you going to do?
Archie is actually kind of overcome with a little bit of fear and backs away. And then like, no, come on. You're here for this. And he's going to take his wand and sort of like make a circular motion with the wand, and with each like passing motion, a single dart of pure white energy sort of blinks into existence, and then he conducts them forth, and they just go blasting into these two right here with a magic missile.
Oh, nice.
So that will be 3 darts on one, and 3 darts on one, 2 darts on the other.
What
as
level are
I'm
you casting it at?
Actually,
What level?
I'll just cast it at first. Actually,
Okay, so you have 3 darts?
3. So yeah, sorry. 2. Yeah, 3 dots. So 2 on the one on closest and 1 on the... Actually, let's not spread damage. Just all 3 on 1 here.
Okay, this one here?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, on Lark.
Well, that would end well.
Oh, it only does 1? Okay, that's weird.
That was only 1d4. You have to roll for each one.
Yeah, and I think...
Oh, no. You roll once, and that's the damage for all 3 missiles. Each missile does 5 damage. Yeah. Yep.
15 points of damage.
Yes. Yeah.
Good job.
The spell actually says, each dart hits a creature of your choice that you can see within range. A dart deals 1d4 plus 1 force damage to its target. Oh no, you would roll for each one, I think. The darts all strike simultaneously, and you can direct them to hit one creature or several. So, go ahead and roll for each one. So 5 for the first, 5, 3, and 5. So 13 damage to it.
That's still a really good damage roll for that.
That does really well. You see the shade kind of like shimmer a little bit out of existence. It's very, very weak looking at this point. Do you have any bonus actions?
Actually, he's like, sort of like, he's gonna use his bonus action to clutch at his mask, because he's seen these in his dreams, and he's terrified of this moment. He dreaded this moment.
Excellent. Alright. Archie clutches at his mask in terror and is holding his composure. Give me a Constitution save.
Okay. I don't know what this is. But, oh, I have to... Yeah. Oh, 11.
11. Okay. Archie is able to hold his composure, although he is on the brink of total fear.
Yeah, he is.
Kurt kind of smirks, and with his longsword in hand, he drops his torch to the ground. He lets it fall between his feet. It's still emanating light, but slightly dimmer, and he lets out a battle cry of "Ha! Come at us!" And his longsword starts emanating a little bit of a dim bluish light, and he attacks the shade on either side of him, starting with this one here, who will take a swing at it. That's the wrong one.
Oh, that's a D8.
I keep rolling the wrong dice.
That's a D12.
There you go. That's a 10 to hit. So he will miss with his first attack.
Oh, does he not have any? He doesn't have anything to add on?
Yeah, I mean, I'm adding it as I go. I don't have a character sheet built for him, so I'm just using a character, my notes. That is, let me see, the Shadow's AC is 12, so that will hit. And
sweet.
He does I'll just use the D10 I already rolled in damage with his longsword. So he does 10 damage to it.
Okay. That.
He would add his strength modifier to that as well.
I did. It's the D.
Gotcha.
Oh, I didn't roll a D10. I rolled a D8 and a D12. Man, I'm bad at this. So we'll stick with the D8.
Yeah.
If he's using the longsword one-handed, that works anyway.
Yeah. He's that's fine. And then he will he attacks again. He'll attack the same one since it did not go down.
It didn't? Oh, damn.
No, he did 10 damage to it. It didn't go down. And then with the second attack, he does not hit. So that is a 3. All right. That brings us to Max. It is your action.
Is this the same one I hit, or the same? Is this different?
This is the one that you hit. That's.
Oh no, I was hitting the one that was here.
Oh, okay. Then yes, he kills that one. I apologize.
Okay.
I put the damage on this one. So.
Oh yeah, I was hitting the one that was like closest to allies, but I didn't realize that was on top of.
Okay. So it fades out of existence as his sword blows through it. And let me restore the hit points on that one. And then it is, like I said, Max, it is your action.
The one that Lukash already hit with his echo, is it near me? Or is it this one?
It's hard to tell, honestly. but you watching its movement, it is this one. This is the one that he hit with his echo.
Okay, then I'm just gonna go for the one under me.
I will give you a 17 to hit.
Oh, thank you. And
Nice.
I'm gonna do a first level divine smite.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
So that gets rid of my portents.
Divine Smite, the smite damage is magical, the weapon is still not, correct?
Yes.
Alright, so, okay, you do hit, dealing 7
yeah.
slashing damage, obviously.
Oh wait, you said it was... No, yeah, it was before
And then,
still, yeah.
Go ahead and roll your smite damage. That
And
is-
then this is an undead or fiend, right? So I get an extra.
Yes.
Yes. And what kind of damage is it?
Radiant.
It is radiant, correct?
Oh, wait, is it?
Your Oath of
Yeah.
Treachery, is it radiant?
It is radiant still.
Oh.
It is still
cool.
radiant. Okay. So your divine smite eradicates it, and I mean eradicates it in a burst of radiant light, as you do, and it seems incredibly effective against.
I'd like
the
to say
undead.
that Archie, like in his mind's eye, as he's like, to give that 17 portent, like I think Maximilian, you see those familiar black eyes of the mask like peer into your view, and you see the vision of you succeeding on a hit before you actually hit through the eyes.
Oh,
And
thank
and then
you.
yeah, and then you actually hit.
Thank
A
you.
dream isn't just a dream.
And then Lark.
I'm going to cast the mirror image spell.
Okay. You become much harder to perceive and to hit.
And I get my 3 lovely doubles again.
You do.
Your entourage.
Yes.
And
You become the quadruplets.
I do. And I'll set this guy to Harry. I don't know. This one.
Okay.
It'll aid on this guy.
All right. Your dragon familiar, your pseudo dragon familiar, flies over and begins to harass the undead creature. Lukash.
Yeah, he is going to he's gonna bring back his bud
Wah.
right here. And then Lukash is gonna take an attack at that guy.
That
19
will hit
for 14 slashing.
the one right in front of you, correct?
Yeah, the one I hit before. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you slice into it with your blade, and you see the shadowy, like part of its shadowy mass, kind of tear away from it. And as it does, it loses its incorporation and dissipates into the dimness around it.
Sweet. And then my I'll actually have summoned him here. My dude is gonna I'm gonna use another one of my Unleash Incarnations, and he's going to take an attack at the one in between the two of us.
Sure, go for it. It has advantage.
Oh, okay, cool. I will try.
You are you are a combatant who is not incapacitated, correct? Oh, nice. That is a very so
Two in a row. And also, just for future reference, I don't think echoes can actually flank. I remember reading something about it where it's like echoes actually count as objects rather than as combatants, so they can't flank and they can't give sneak attack. So I shouldn't have had advantage on that roll, I don't think.
Oh, it doesn't matter really.
The echo doesn't give advantage, but the echo doesn't give advantage for flanking. But would you give advantage to the echo for flanking? It's still making an attack.
Yeah, but it has to be two. Yeah, but it has to be two creatures.
Okay, no problem.
If you're using the flanking.
Sure, that's fine.
I remember specifically them saying it doesn't. I think it's just because it would be a little bit overpowered if you could constantly give yourself advantage on every attack.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense.
It's kind of like the whole magic. No, not magic weapon. a spiritual weapon sort of thing
Yes,
going on.
it's basically like a spiritual weapon. Okay, we'll treat it as such. Okay. Theo? I think we're at the... yeah, okay. Go ahead, Theo. It's your action.
Well, I try to get Edgar to harass the creature next to me. And then I cast... I don't know if this will really... yeah. I cast False Life on myself.
Okay. So you have 6 temporary hit points.
And then, whenever you're ready or done with your turn, I just have something to add.
Theo?
Then sorry. I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay. Archie, what do you want to add? Or Max. That was Max, right?
Subtract 2 from my initial attack, because that included my strength, and strength modifier went down by 2 points.
Okay.
But I don't know if that would have killed it or not.
Yeah, it would
anyway.
It would still kill it because the damage from your sword did negligible damage, but you did. It was vulnerable to the radiant damage, so.
Okay.
Oh, you mean this one here, the one that you hit? No, that's right. Okay, I got it.
Yep, just making sure.
Yep, no problem. And the shadows act. The shadow here will strike out at the real Lukash, because it was there already. He was there already. And that is a 12 to hit, doing nothing. The one next to Max will strike at him for a 23 to hit.
Good. Nope, that doesn't hit. No, I'm just kidding.
That will do 5 necrotic damage, and you lose 4 points of strength.
Oh.
By the way, if anybody wants to see what I'm rolling, since it whispers it to me automatically, you can look on the Twitch stream and you will see the rolls. They are visible there.
Okay.
But yeah, so you lose 4 points of strength as it strikes you. Theo, you will get attacked again by the one overshadowing you. And that is going to critically hit, unfortunately. You're going to take 13 points of necrotic damage. And
Darn.
your strength is reduced by 1. The one next to Kurt will attack him, stretching out a amorphous, shadowy hand. He reaches across and drains some of the veteran hunter's life force, and reduces his strength by 1. The final shadow reaches at Lark's forms and rolls a. I rolled another 20, nat 20. I'm sorry.
Oh well,
go
Lars
ahead
gets to roll.
So
Yes.
I get to
You get to roll a d20 to see
D20.
if it hits you or one of your doubles.
Yeah. How do I do that on here? Or is there?
If you
To
look,
the left, there's To the left, there's a sort of like dice in amongst the sort of tabs with all the shapes, the
Okay.
cursor, and if you, Oh,
Okay.
thank God.
Okay.
all right, so it hits one of your mirror images, and the mirror image disappears as it strikes it.
Only triplets left, guys.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Archie.
Archie is going to just sort of hold his wand and hold his mask with both hands and just sort of just crouch down to a fetal position and lets out a sort of horrifying wail as a resonation happens throughout the air, and he's going to cast Mind Spike on the one next to the one that like critically hit. Maximilian.
It makes a. Does it make a save?
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, thank you.
Spells. Mind spike.
That is
Oh,
a
come on.
3 wisdom save. So
It takes 13
13 psychic damage. And you see the thing kind of fade out of existence for a second as the shadow itself seems to like vibrate with violent energy and almost like come apart and then reform, but less solid than it seemed even before.
Yeah. Archie's just like screaming for it to be gone. And I guess he's just going to sit there.
Okay.
Because that's my action.
Because he's terrified. Kurt is going
Yes.
to attack the other shadow beside him. He hits with the first, misses with the second, and deals.
Oh, God.
Deals 5 damage to it. He will action surge and attack twice more. That'll hit.
Yes.
And that will also hit. So that's a 14, and that's an 8. So the 14 will actually kill this one. So he destroys this undead and deals the other 8 to this one.
Does Kurt have a magical weapon?
Yes. Yeah, it's glowing slightly with a bluish haze. His longsword.
Thank God.
I need to get my parents to buy me one of those.
Maximilian, it is your action.
Got magic swords nowadays. Come on.
Dad, they have a better weapon than me. I'm gonna attack the one next.
Mm-hmm. Make your attack. That will hit.
That's actually. Oh, that doesn't include. That's just my.
Oh, you have to subtract 4 from that, so it's a 10, correct?
Yeah.
But you have
Yeah.
advantage because of the 8 on that one, right?
Yeah, he rolled a 14 and a 14, so they're both minus
okay.
4, so it's 10 and 10. So.
Yep.
Oh,
So.
So
no.
he misses. You feel
Yeah.
so much weaker right now, Maximilian. Like swinging your sword is a chore.
Wait, you're at -4?
Yeah, he's minus 5.
What are you doing?
Well, I was originally +4. I'm at 11 right now.
Wait. Have you been subtracting from your modifier or from your...
No, his
For my modifier.
his strength is
Oh
down.
no, sorry, my strength.
His
My
strength
strength
is down to an
modifier.
11, but it's not factoring into his weapon attacks. So his weapon rolls are
Yeah.
still rolling with his full strength modifier. But he's
How
he's
much
at
strength
minus.
have you lost?
He's lost 7 points of strength at this point.
I was
Oh,
originally
shit.
at +4 and I'm now at +0.
Yes.
Yikes.
So
Okay.
he has gotten hit twice, and one of them was a critical. And I rolled a 3 and a 4 on the D4s for his strength drain.
Hachi machi.
So he just feels the weakness. He just feels like his strength draining from him, and you can actually see that he's struggling to like stand in this heavy armor, and he's struggling to swing with the heftiness of his blade. And it's just becoming more and more difficult for him to keep fighting. And Lark, it is your action.
I'm in an Eldritch Blast, and I can see that he's struggling, so...
I think you would know as a caster that doing that within a creature within 5 feet of you would impose disadvantage on your attacks.
It would.
Oh, but like there's advantage. Okay, yeah, I see what you're doing.
Yeah, if I did this guy... I'm trying to click it, it's
This
not
one?
showing.
This
Yeah,
one?
that one.
No, you would have advantage, so it would cancel out, and you would just roll a normal attack.
Yeah, so I'll do that, and then hopefully
Smart.
it'll whack his buddy behind him.
Oh.
Do 5 points of damage to it.
Sweet.
It's in terrible shape. You kind of.
I am going to have my my Echo come up and do his very last Unleash Incarnate attack.
Okay. That will strike and destroy the undead. So the way I kind of see this happening is that this undead creature has been slammed into the bars of this grate and is kind of stuck in between the bars of the gate, and you come up and stab your swords. You and your Echo at the exact same moment stab your swords into the grate itself, and passing by each other in like a scissor-like motion, cut down the undead, and you pull your swords out in the exact same motion, and it's literally like watching a mirror
So
image.
fucking sick.
And
yeah, and then Lukash turns to face the other shadow, and that is my turn.
Alright.
Deleting
Lukash's.
that.
Okay, well, this is gonna be a
Oh,
bit.
deleting that undead got rid of its initiative.
Yeah, initiative. I think it's after
It is. It's a 17.
Thea.
Theo.
This I'm in a bit of a predicament, but I think I can hold it. Alright, so I get Edgar to move closer to me. I cast Dragon's Breath on him and touch him while doing it.
Okay.
I then get Edgar to move about there, and I have him.
Breathe.
Have what, sorry?
Yeah, you cut out again.
You could do it from the corner that Edgar was at before. I think Cone also works in
I just don't want to hit my allies and everything.
Oh, it won't.
Yeah.
This is sorry. I hate doing this again. Sorry. But this is what cones look like.
Yes.
From corners. If Edgar was here. I'm pretty sure that's 15 feet cone.
Yeah.
That looks 15.
He could do it from. Well, he could do it from there. He could do it from there, and it would have the same effect. And so, wherever he wanted to position him is fine.
I'll keep him close.
Okay, that's a good call. So you're doing what kind of damage did you say you were doing?
Fire.
Yeah. Okay. 14. That destroys the undead. It's just engulfed and burns away in the midst of the flames and the brightness of them. completely destroying the creature.
Oh, thank God! I was gonna die.
How much
was
strength
like-
are you at?
No, not even strength. It's more like health or hit points. I have hit points, and I wasn't sure if I should cast false life again or attack it. And I was like, oh no, I'm gonna fuck this up, aren't I? But yeah. All right.
Oh, you deleted it. Oh no, you didn't.
Yeah. Continue on. I had my turn.
Okay. The shadow here will move to attack the same target that it's been attacking. And stretch out a hand to drain your strength and roll a 9, so that will not hit.
You are lucky master today.
This one will...
I know, it's gonna turn on me eventually, and I'm not looking
Eventually,
forward to it.
maybe.
No, it's all going to me. They've been rolling 19 and 23 on me.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
And
This one is going to attack Lark.
Logical.
Let's see.
And Maximilian's only good roll was on a roll that he auto-hit it on because I used divination.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I wasted you.
Yeah, I'll attack Lark with this one, and that is an 11, so it misses as well.
Misses me and my duplicates.
Yes, it does.
We smirk at it.
It doesn't like that. Archie?
Archie will sort of look up to the stars for guidance and sort of like tilt his head as the sort of visage of the stars appear in his palm as he lifts it up, and in his palm there are 3 little starlight orbs that he thrusts forward and shoots towards the darkness.
Okay. And are you attacking this one again?
With
Are you attacking this one or this one?
this one, yeah.
The furthest one. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll
With
your
a
damage.
sort of magic missile.
Yep. The starlight shoots towards it and does... Did you do
that's
first
really-
level?
No, that's first level, so ignore the 3.
I will. Okay, so that's 10 damage to it. And
Yes.
the beams, the balls of light, slam into its form, and everywhere they slam into it, you see it kind of like bits of it tear away and burn away from the magic of your magic missile as they strike into its form. Are you doing anything else, Archie?
I guess I'm just... He takes one step forward and then one step back again, just like unsure what to do.
Okay.
And that's his turn.
Okay.
It's still up?
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that one has not taken damage yet. Or it had not until that. Kurt will step
good thing I
over
hit it.
here.
Is it their turn before Kurt's turn or afterwards?
Before.
Did they already go?
Yeah, they went.
They
already.
just
Yeah, they
went.
Oh,
already
they
went.
did. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
So Kurt is going to move around to here. And
Flanked with aid.
looks at
Good
your
idea.
looks at your familiar and says, "Hello, little buddy," and mind if I take a swing at this? And takes a couple of strikes at the shadow. That's a 10 and a 14. Or I'm sorry. No, that's a. That's 13 and a 17. So that will hit twice.
Piosa chirps, handily done, telepathically.
Nice. And he destroys the undead with 2 deft swipes of his blade. Maximilian?
I'm gonna come up behind it and attack.
Okay.
Do I get advantage for flanking it?
Yeah, I'll give you advantage since there are 3 of you on it.
Subtract 4 from that, though.
Yeah, so that's a 16, which will hit, and it deals 8 damage to it, which is...
And then I'm...
uh,
Is it enough?
It is enough.
Okay.
It is enough to make the final blow. And Maximilian, you kind of lift your blade and slam it down through the creature, and you see this creature discorporate as you do. And as your blade slices through it, it kind of heavily hits the ground, and you're like, it digs a little bit into the ground, and you're breathing hard and leaning against it a little, just from the sheer weight of your armor and weapons.
Well, hell yeah.
Oh, poor Maximilian.
Lukash will come and help you.
The fact that
Archie's just gonna.
Will come to.
The fact that
Maximilian will.
the fact that Maximilian is an insufferable little brat makes this entire thing kind of okay.
Theo starts petting Edgar and just saying, "Oh, good Raven. Good Raven.
Aww.
Good Raven."
It chirps.
It bursts out some acid.
Yeah,
Or fire, yeah.
Yeah, it burps out some fire and then makes a happy raven noise.
Oh.
Or, yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
it caws happily.
Can't rest on our laurels yet, though. Something through that gate.
Well, several of you are dealing with some rather nasty effects of dealing with shades.
Look to Archie in the corner, just like he's not in a fetal position, but he's just like pulling his hood and like sort of pacing back and forth.
Kurt looks through the bars of this gate here. Bastard locked it behind it.
You want me to step back and pick it?
Should I? If all else fails, I can Eldritch Blast and try to force the opening a bit wider too with some of the bars.
Let's get
I've got
inside,
some-
see if this thing is still here. If one of you can get this door open, do it. And then, if it's not, I say it's got a head start on us now. We should take some time, patch our wounds, then go after it. Do you agree?
Can I do divine
I
sense?
agree. We're all in very bad shape.
Yes, you may do
I feel
divine
bad.
sense. And
I can Eldritch Blast it through the bars.
But it might. Well, I'll be
Then it
able to
makes
see if they're still 60 feet away.
True.
I got a 22 on my thieves tools check to pick the lock.
oh yeah, you definitely you kind of kneel down, you take a look at the lock, you pull out your thieves' tools, you begin to tinker with the lock, and you hear the telltale clicks that go along with the keys of the teeth of the lock within lining up correctly, and you spin the lock and it pops open. In the meantime, Kurt goes up to Archie, and Archie's pacing back and forth, and Kurt kind of steps in Archie's path and kind of puts a couple of friendly hands up in front of him.
Archie completely bumps into him. Sorry.
He puts his hands on your shoulders. Kid, take a look in my
I'm-
eyes, kid.
I'm 123 years old.
Well, you're new at this, so today I'm going to call you kid, unless you start acting your 122 years.
Right, sorry.
Take a deep
Oh.
breath. Pull it together.
I forgot about that. I'm sorry. Idiot.
Did you kill anything with the necromancy?
No, but it doesn't have to be necromancy.
It doesn't
The
have to be
first level
necromancy.
spell, or yeah. So I did kill it with technically. What did you consider that? Killed with find familiar or killed with dragon's breath?
Dragon's breath.
If you kill, yeah.
You're
Okay, so-
casting the spell through your familiar, but you're still the one casting the spell, so it would be the
Okay.
spell itself. So you would
Was it undead though,
so it was
or a
Dragon's
construct?
Fire. But it was undead, so you don't gain the hit points.
No.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So Kirk kind of is grabbing Archie's shoulders friendly and is like, "Can you hold it together?"
For a bit, yes.
Now,
And he
I
summons
wouldn't have
his-
had you come with us tonight if I didn't have some faith in you. I think you'll be fine. Just take a few deep breaths. Steel yourself. Your expertise could come in handy, much like those magic missiles did. You did well for as scared as you were. You have some bravery in there. And he pats you on the shoulder, like roughly, like too roughly, but friendly. You know what I mean? He's like not trying to be rough, but he doesn't know his own strength. And
Archie almost stumbles over.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come, lad. Let's get to it. And as you both approach the door, you see that that Lukash is already pulling open the gate to head inside. And if you don't mind, can we take a 5-minute break?
Sure, I'll be in.
Sure, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I need to use the men's room, so I'm gonna take
No
a
problem. How late are we going tonight?
What time do you guys want to go to? We technically started at what, 7? So, what time do you want to play till?
An hour or two, maybe.
Sure.
Can be longer. Whatever you guys want.
Yep.
An
Midday
hour
for me.
would be fine with me.
Okay.
I'm Pacific time, so it doesn't matter.
More
I,
than
Yeah, I'm
2
also
hours
good with
would be
another
tough.
hour.
yeah, I play towards the lowest common hour. So whichever player says they have to go at a specific time, we'll go with that. So give me 5 minutes, and we will be right back.
Good time to get a cup of tea.
during our break, no time. Since the how much time has elapsed since when?
Since I don't know. I'm just wondering if I still have my duplicates because they last for a minute. I'm not sure how fast that lock picking would go.
I would say that your duplicates would probably have faded out because it would have taken him a couple of minutes to do that, and you guys have had some conversation and peered through the bars and things like that. So I would say that they would have dissipated in that time. And you kind of peer through these bars, and Lukesh opens the gate before you, and you find yourself moving into the side, kind of the side door of this old abandoned church. I'll put you in here. So you move into the side entrance of this old abandoned building. And I'll show you where you are.
Maximilian is thinking, with the muddy streets and decrepit buildings, he did not pick a good summer internship because he still thinks that he's getting out of this.
So you kind of shuffle in on this side. Who are we missing? Theo? We're missing Theo.
Yep.
There you go. Kind of move yourselves in whatever party order you would be. This here is the door that you come in. It's kind of like a gated door right there. And then...
And Kurt?
I'm bringing him in right now. Oh, he's huge.
Oh my god, Kurt, what happened to you?
You ate the Mario mushroom.
It's a me, Kurt.
So Kurt would probably be in the lead with Lukesh, maybe hanging in the middle, kind of closer to the squishy people at this point. I remember this church being much nicer than this before.
Yeah, it's definitely seen better days, that's for sure.
Is there an organ anywhere nearby?
Not right where you are. Not right where you are, where you're looking. So, from here, let's see. So you would have line of sight, kind of to here. It's all dark. It's pitch black. So you have dark.
I still
vision.
have the light though. Oh yeah.
He has dark vision. Right. You have light. So the light would reach out, even with dim light. That reaches out to. So your dim light reaches out to here.
Yeah.
That's the furthest that it reaches. So our half-orc who's in the lead can see to about there. There's a wall here, so he's seeing along the wall and these pillars, and he can see out in dim light out about there, and then it stops at that wall again. That's kind of what you see of the room.
I have two questions, one DM question and one question for the party.
Okay.
The first one is, Orin is the major deity, right? He's the god of light.
Yes, Orin is the god. He's the Dawnbringer. He's the god of light and life, and order.
And then my question to the party is, why would a temple of Orin become decrepit like this?
Is it
It makes sense. It makes sense for other less known religions, but not Orin.
And you cast
Divine Sense.
You cast Divine Sense, which I believe can also detect. Let me double check it. I'm going to scroll back a little bit.
Celestial, fiends, and undead.
Yes, keep reading, though, the second half of it.
Within 60 feet, not behind total cover. You know the type of any presence, but not its identity. Within the same radius, you detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated, as with the Hallow spell.
Okay, you know that this church has been desecrated.
Guys, this place has been desecrated.
Oh.
Is it a church I remember being intact during my lifetime?
Same.
Let's see. How old are each of you?
I'm
24?
127,
Oh, right.
but I've only been on the surface for like about a few decades.
Okay.
Lukash is 32 and has been living in the city.
Yes. You remember a time when this church was like, if you know this church, and I don't know if you do, if you think your character would, I'll give you kind of leeway to say if your character would have known this temple, then you remember, Lukesh, you would remember in your youth this temple being active, and intact, and you said you've been on the surface for about a few decades. At least a couple decades ago, it was still a thing.
Mm-hmm.
This makes no sense. I swear I used to make vestments for these people. This church must have been still active.
Yeah.
With my divine sense, do I know the direction of the desecration?
It's probably just the entire.
Which direction the desecration is, because we're close to the altar.
Yeah, the entire building has been desecrated.
Okay.
And it's permanent. I'll say that. Like, this is, you may not have know this from your divine sense, but from like there's just a feeling of like evil here that feels like it is lasting.
I back up.
Alright, well, we gotta get in here and get after that guy eventually. Person.
Should I do a prestidigitation as a distraction? Maybe toss a pebble out, I don't know, 50 feet away to distract the thing?
Sure. I can always send Edgar out too.
Sure. Both at the same time. Distract from the Edgar.
Edgar, go!
So I'll toss a pebble here.
I'm reading up a little bit on desecrated because it's going to affect what you do, what you're able to do. Point to where you tossed the pebble.
Sorry, just double checking my.
Threw it around like here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, someone. Oh, there we go.
My bad.
So good.
Lucash, are you hurt a lot?
I'm not hurt at all.
Is Kurt hurt a lot?
I need each of you to make actually okay. Yeah, there's just this sense of evil and fear that radiates from this place. You throw a pebble into the room, and you have your raven kind of flying around, peering things out, and you don't. Nothing reacts to the pebble being thrown, and your raven sees nothing. But the darkness around it. The raven doesn't have. Does it have dark vision? I don't think it does.
No, it doesn't say anything about
Okay. Then yeah, it does not see anything.
I'll use prestidigitation in the same location to do the faint musical notes of like a hymn of Orin to see if that stirs anything up in this place.
You do that, and the sound comes out discordant.
Oh.
It is still like a hymn of Orin, but there's some kind of like one of its notes is just off and awful.
I like how nobody's willing to move forward.
I was just gonna say, Lucash is ready to go.
Except for Lucash.
Yeah.
I still, for some reason, I can't move my Edgar anymore.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
that's very odd. I don't know why it keeps doing that.
Archie's going to move to this right here to try and see if he can distract himself with the tones.
Where do you want Edgar? I can move him.
Well, no. I was just gonna like, I would just want to click on him for a second, but sometimes I can't once in a while. But yeah, leave him over there. He's just kind of flying around.
Okay.
Kind of like in a circle, you know.
Sure. Okay, you begin to move through the room.
And Lucash is seeing if he can see anything out of place or dangerous.
Okay.
Oh, my character's not on the grid.
Yeah, there's no grid here.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
there's no grid in this
all
room. Right. The grid didn't line up with the map, so we're just using the natural grid of the map.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. Lucash, as you're moving through the room, why doesn't everybody? All right, let's go one at a time. Actually, I'll go around the room essentially. Lucash, you are moving through the center of this room, and it is dark and foreboding. From there, you can see pretty much everywhere. You find this broken, fallen pillar. The doors to the front are chained shut from the inside as you approach towards them. So that is incredibly unusual. Why is that? So the doors are chained shut from the inside. There's rubble everywhere, and you see, kind of in the center of where you're standing, there's like some kind of symbol painted on the floor in a like rusty brown color. And you also see that the room has 4 stone like coffins or sarcophagi that are here that you have no memory of being here before when the church was active. And the one is open here. That's kind of what you see.
Okay. Can I go check out the open one?
Yes, but let me go through each person first
Sure.
and tell them what they see. Archie, you move up to the altar?
Yes.
Okay. You are examining the altar, and it is covered in a rusty brown, very old rusty brown, some kind of something, and there is a book on the altar, and you look at the book, and it is you kind of peer at it dimly, and you can see that it is a book of prayers to Orin, the god of light, and the pages are covered with that same rusty red, with those same rusty red symbols, and they are symbols that look incredibly evil. What languages does everybody speak, by the way?
Draconic, Sylvan, Elvish, and Common.
Okay.
Orc and Common.
Okay.
Common, Sylvan.
Common, Sylvan,
Common, Dwarvish, and I'm supposed to know 2 more because I had a Sage
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
What 2?
trait or whatever.
What 2 would you know?
I believe it was Dragonborn and Halfling.
So Draconic and
Draconic.
Halfling? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Max is just Elven and Common, because those are his tutors.
Okay. All right. So you don't recognize, and nobody recognizes the evil-looking symbols that are painted throughout the temple, and all over this Book of Orin, which has been left here. Archie, do you want to
Take it?
what would you like to do with what you see on this altar?
Well, I would like to see first if this is too old and too damaged that if I were to try and take it, or perhaps pick it up, that it would just perish.
It would not. The book is okay.
Right.
Again, you remember this church being in operation 20 years ago, or at least sometime in the last 20 years.
Right. I can ritual cast identify if everyone could leave me the time.
Might be
But
worth
I don't.
carrying away for later.
Yes. I hesitantly. Do I get like a sense of I know I get a sense of evil, but does like my innate divination sort of wizardry get a sense that like I don't know why that wasn't me. That he's going to have a bad time if he touches this thing? Like he can see any wards of some sort?
Give me
Arcana?
Insight?
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh. Oh, that's the first one. Shit, 11. Damn.
looking up information for you.
Lucas, Lucas. I can never say your name.
Lukash.
Lukash? It's just like
Lukash.
Lucas, but with a sh at the end. And
Cash. Okay. All right. And my turn.
Okay. All right. And Lark, what was your plan upon entering the temple?
I was what are the coffins made out of?
Stone.
Okay, stone coffins. And are there like candles around the room or anything?
Nope, it's completely dark.
Okay, so you mentioned the braziers. I don't want to light those, so I don't want to start off a ritual, but you did mention that there was that rusty symbol in the floor.
Yep.
So I think I'm going to use prestidigitation to clean that up and hope that it destroys whatever magic was bound to it by destroying the symbol. It's optimistic, but
I think it's a good plan.
I think it's a great idea, in fact.
Oh boy.
Oh god, he's researching something.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
That Mark probably had something really important, and you just like messed him up. Just like, god damn it.
I'm sure there's lots of very
Also,
important
what
things
are
in this room.
these in the corners? Are they statues?
Which door? These corners here? Yes, they are statues.
Creepy.
They're
I
statues
hope they're for saints.
They are. They're statues for saints. But
Don't tell me the faces are gone.
the faces are gone. Except for this one, it's been completely destroyed.
Yeah, both my warlock spells are gone, so I'm down to cantrips. So we'll see how useful I can make Eldritch Blast and Prestidigitation, guys.
Yeah, I'm also kind of out of juice, but I'm a fighter, so I just kind of swing at stuff.
Yeah, same. I've got one first level spell, and then one hit will take me out pretty much. So
Yeah, definitely. Stay in the back.
yeah,
I-
same.
I'm still at +0 strength.
Ooh.
I think my pseudo dragon will be like checking stuff out as well, so it has advantage on.
As soon as we can get a trail as to where they can where they may have gone, we should probably rest.
Well, all
I
the
think we
exits
could-
are... We checked all the exits, right?
I don't think we
I
checked
haven't really
every.
checked anything.
No, we
No.
did. We checked the end. Lukash checked the exit over here that has chains. We came through this area, and then Maximilian, you checked this one, right?
Yeah, I checked the top right.
That's an actual door, or is that like a window?
It's the same door that... It's the same kind of build as a door that we went through with the grates.
Then there might be more doors then. I don't know what these are, if they're doors or windows. I assume a cathedral is a lot bigger. I'm assuming.
The you begin to cast prestidigitation on the symbol on the ground, and it has no effect on it.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, what's up with that symbol? Yeah,
This is not great, guys. This is not coming clean.
And just so you're aware, Lukesh, or those of you who are looking at the iconography on the floor, it is not. It is covered by that rug. Like part of it's covered by that rug.
Oh.
Oh, so there's more. We should take it off.
should we?
Okay,
We
everyone,
don't
let's take
step
off
on
this
it.
rug, take a mental snapshot, and then let's get out of here.
I think we
That's,
should open
that's
the
max.
coffins and drive some stakes through them if there's anything in there.
Well,
What did
Lukesh
he
has
say?
been checking out the one that is already open.
Yeah,
Okay.
the
What
one
does he
that's
say?
open.
Lukesh, you check at the one that's already open, and you look, and it is empty. It is
Never a good sign.
filled with a very comfortable looking material inside of it, like cushioned, but it is otherwise empty.
Should I just Eldritch blast it to destroy it and at least make life more difficult for its inhabitant?
Does it look clean?
Yes.
Like, does the inside look like it's been used recently? If you catch my drift, like there's not lots of dust or anything.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it does not look very dusty at all.
I mean, blast away.
All right.
Set it on fire.
Eldritch Blast. Do you want me to roll for that?
Yeah.
There was nothing on the inside of it, right? It was completely and totally empty.
It was empty other than a cushioned surface on the inside.
Oh, before you blast it though, check to see if there's anything underneath. This is a great cathedral,
Sure.
and they might bury people in here, and we haven't found a crypt or stairs going down.
Well, he'll run his hands along the padded surface and see if there's anything really in there.
Yeah, you run your hands along the padded surface, and you find that that there's like a latch along the edge of it.
Oh, what? He pulls the latch.
You pull the latch, and the false bottom drops down, revealing revealing kind of a stone ladder built into the wall beneath it.
I can't believe I'm right.
Max, that was a hell of a guess.
Well,
My grandparents were buried that way.
Oh.
With an escape route?
Well, maybe you're not as useless as you sometimes seem.
Oof.
Good thing, because we were just about to Eldritch Blast that thing.
Yup. Do we want to make sure there's nothing in the other coffins before we go down? Just make sure
Maybe.
this room's clear.
I mean,
Yeah.
those are like 2-inch thick stone, completely stone lids. I wonder if it's going to be throwing out of.
While they're
It's going to
doing
be-
that, I want to move the rug to see what's underneath.
Who's saying that?
Max?
Okay.
Uh-oh. Goodbye, guys.
Careful.
Alright,
Each of you make a charisma saving throw.
oh no.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Advantage. Yay.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
nice. Oh, wait, I pressed it twice? Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Wait, my first one was 20.
Yeah.
So Archie has oh, that's his Arcana. Never mind. So Theo has a
Nat
20.
20.
Max
Of course it's
has
Archie.
a 15. Archie has a 5. And Lark has a 24. Okay.
What's going on?
Archie, you are overcome with despair. Just an overwhelming sense of absolute and complete despair as Max pulls the rug away and reveals this symbol. You get a full view of it, and you are suddenly just overwhelmed with this feeling that all is pointless and all is hopeless, and that there's no, it's just this weight of absolute crushing hopelessness that almost forces you to the ground.
Oh, Lucas.
Uh-oh.
And Lukesh, you get the same feeling of absolute and complete despair and devastation and hopelessness.
Do I see this happening?
Yeah, do we all
Yeah.
see this happening?
I need to make sure what the. I mean, we'll see their reactions to it. You know what I mean? Let's see. Does anybody else fail? Let me just make sure. So let's see. Theo, you succeeded.
Yep.
Lark, you succeeded. Max, you also fail. Or actually, the DC was 15, so you make it by 1. Or you make it, you hit the target number and the difficulty number. So you are fine. But Lukesh and Archie, you are just filled with despair.
Lukash's frown becomes slightly more pronounced.
Can I, after seeing, my allies get very, saddened and dreaded by seeing this, can I cast Mold Earth on the stone that the symbol is written on?
What are you trying to do?
To cover it up, essentially.
Yeah, I want to put the rug back on.
Okay. You cover it with the rug, and Theo, you cast Mold Earth, and the stone around the symbol kind of transforms around it, and the symbol stays intact and is completely unaffected, but the stone around it actually covers over it, creates rubble that covers over it.
Does that help them in any way? Does that
yes, after a few minutes, as the symbol is covered up, they begin to regain their composure.
Okay, good.
In that minute, Archie, what is happening? What
well,
are you
Archie,
doing?
a lot of things are happening. Archie, he just continues to stay away from everyone. He actually climbs up onto the ceiling and is just muttering keep her away from me, keep her away from me.
Archie has climbed onto the ceiling of this tall cathedral.
Yeah,
Wait,
it goes
climbed
up
onto the ceiling?
it goes up on a pillar, climbs onto the ceiling, and is just screaming keep her away from me.
I have Edgar kind of fly next to him, kind of calling at him what's up?
No response.
Can I just be under him just in case he falls?
Absolutely. After the symbol is covered up, the sense of despair begins to dissipate, although your own personal sense of despair may not.
I almost forgot. Ravens can imitate simple sounds. So, okay. I say, with Edgar saying something along the lines of wrong, something along the lines of what's wrong.
That does not help him.
Wrong?
That does not help him.
Caw, what's wrong? Caw.
Oh well, if it was just, I think if it was wrong, that really sent him even worse into it.
Oh God.
But he'll look down at he finally gets the ability to look again, I suppose, instead of just being held to the ceiling and just closing in on it. And
The
he looks down
emotional
at everyone.
support spider
Probably
does
just
its job.
yeah. He probably is holding. He's holding his familiar.
Do you
very
slide
closely.
down?
No, he doesn't slide. He knows he can't hide away from what he just did, so he just climbs down.
Okay.
And what, pray tell, was that?
I think.
Can I use an insight check?
Emotional breakdown, that.
Or a history check on the cathedral?
I mean, what was that? That strange symbol.
You climbed the ceiling.
It's these gloves. They're magical.
I see. You have magic gloves.
Yes.
Roll a deception
Yes.
check. Everybody around him, roll insight.
Great. I wish I saved my portent for this.
Oh wow, I'm rolling great tonight.
Max completely believes that you have magic gloves.
This here's my tailor.
Oh,
No.
great.
Yeah, Max is the only one who buys it.
Leave my
Wow.
tail alone.
Can I get that?
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Your tailor's holding out on you.
Yeah,
I know, right?
he has gloves of spider climb, and he didn't even tell you that.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Daddy's
You
gonna
know
get an
what?
expensive bill, huh?
Yeah.
I promise you, everything's okay. I'm okay. I just need a little bit of time. Did anyone find anything? How long was I out?
Well, you can climb walls. Seems like something that might come in handy.
Right.
A few minutes. You were gone for a few minutes.
Okay. And I was on the ceiling for that entire time?
Yes. Yes, you were.
Someone stronger than us is
Yeah, it
going
was
to
the gloves.
have
The
to
gloves, you know, they really helped me get around.
consecrate.
At least you
Climb.
didn't fall.
Well,
The
let me
very
say
good gloves.
this. You're climbing walls and incredibly, incredibly bad mental shape, I think. I don't know if you have the morale to go forward at the moment. And there are those of you who are suffering from some effects of the previous battle. And no one seems to be in this church right now after we've done a thorough search of the temple. Perhaps we should keep these symbols covered up, not read them again. We know that
Well,
we know that there's this ladder here leading downward. Perhaps one of us should, perhaps I should stand over it, make sure nothing comes in or out of it, and
I can
we could
I
take
can
a
have
few minutes
mother.
break.
I can have my familiar go down
Same.
there and see what she can
I
find.
can have Edgar go down too.
I think
Edgar.
Edgar's going to be a little more suspicious than a spider.
Might
Crawling
That
down.
is very true.
might be a good idea to do that. Why?
Can we,
don't-
while we're doing this, can we take like a short rest or something?
Yeah.
That's
That sounds
that's
very
what
helpful.
Kurt is suggesting.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yay, spell slots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
regain.
same. I'm gonna be practically
So
useless.
you're taking an hour rest, a short rest.
Yes, and I will. Archie conjures forth his familiar and says, "Okay, mother, I please be safe. I know that it's not an issue for you, but I do love you, and I don't want to put you in harm's way. But if there's danger down there, we need to know."
Actually,
Yeah.
I do have a. I'm sorry to cut in. How long has it been since we all summoned our familiars?
While
Okay, has it been an hour?
my
Because
familiar has been a little bit more than a few centuries since it was last summoned.
well, no, like not last summoned. I mean, like usually doesn't it take about an hour for spell to last?
Find familiar?
Yes.
It
That's the
doesn't
casting
expire,
time.
yeah.
No, the
That's
Oh,
casting.
it's the
casting
casting
The
time.
casting
oh.
time is an hour, but once you have a familiar,
It's permanent.
It's permanent.
Oh, okay, beautiful. I'm sorry about that. Continue.
Yeah, and he like sort of like holds his familiar close to his mask, and the familiar kind of like hugs his mask, and kind of like brushes its pedipalps along the sort of seam line of the middle, and then hops down and makes its way towards the sort of ladder, and Archie sort of waves and just returns to a fetal position against the pillar and takes a short rest.
Okay.
Before we go down, I still think we should check these
Oh.
coffins to make sure there's nothing in them.
I agree.
Well,
That could be
Without
something very.
torches, we can stake things through the heart if they're sleeping.
You want to open this
Good
one right
idea.
now?
We can take our rest first, and then.
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
So you're taking your short rest.
Oh wait, sorry to once again cut in. It's been an hour, or are we going to 11:30?
No, I think we're gonna end here. So you're taking your short rest. Do what you're going to do to take your short rest. You have your familiar about to go down, and I will show you what she sees as she heads down.
I should probably roll for her stealth.
Yes, please.
It is a +4, so D20.
Yep. So that's a
13.
13. Okay. All right. So.
I did send you what she looked like, but
Yes, you did.
we can just use
I
my
saw
token.
that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I'll import her. But yeah, this is. She goes down the stone ladder and comes out here.
I'm just seeing a screen of black.
Yeah.
Move around on the screen. You'll find it.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So she comes down this wall here. And
Thankfully, Mother can like stay on the ceiling and stuff like that, so she's not in the way.
she kind of can come down this way.
How much
Sees
of a
that there's
climb was it
turn.
down?
It is about a 30-foot climb down. So she
Okay.
comes down, and these are steps going down here. So you come down this ladder, and there's 3 steps down, a landing, 4 steps down, another landing, and then more steps down.
Mhm.
And she comes into a room here. And this room has a broken, rubbled wall on one side. And there is a...
I suppose we won't go too much detail, but like yeah, just until she spots something that is threatening.
Yep.
By the way, when we're doing a short rest, how many spell slots?
The wizards they get 2 spell slots in total. Like you can either decide as our level to get 1 second level spell slot or 2 second level first level. 2 first level spell slots.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always half your level rounded up in spell slots.
Okay.
Do any of us get our strength back?
Yes, I think we do.
Do we get any HP back for it?
You get all of your strength back. And if you want, you can use hit dice to regain hit points. You can use up to your full number of hit dice. You have to let me know how many you're using first, and then that's you can only you declare how many you're going to use, and then you can only use that many.
Oh, I used one, by the way. I just used one.
No problem. And you regain. You just roll your hit die, and it gives you hit points back. But you have to tell me how many hit dice you want to use before you roll them.
So, what's the detriment of using more than 1 hit dice?
There isn't really too much. Once
Yeah.
you go for a full rest, they return back. So at this point, it probably is best to use as many as you think you need.
I believe
I probably should have done the same.
I believe that when you get them back, you can get back
half on a long rest.
Half on a long rest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's
So
good.
2.
Where do I see my hit dice on my?
Go
Okay,
to short
it's-
rest.
See your name, like if you go to D&D Beyond, if you see your name, go to the right. You'll see beyond 20, share, and then short rest and long rest.
Yeah.
Click short rest. It will pop up. And then there's there's a roll hit dice, and then you click one of the boxes, and it'll roll the dice on roll 20, and then just click take short rest, and then add the amount of health that you rolled to current HP.
Okay.
Yep.
So I should just use all of them.
If you want, you can. If you're that low of health, I'd say 2.
What are
I'm
your hit
about
points
half.
right now? You're about half?
Yeah, I'm
So-
14 out of 26. So
Yeah, so, and your hit die is a d6, is that correct?
it's a D8, so
It's
I
a
have 3
D8?
hit die.
So, the average roll is going to be, what's your constitution modifier?
3.
So, the
Plus
average
3.
roll is going to be 7. So, if you roll 2, the average roll would come out to 14 hit points
Okay.
back. So, you can
So
just
I'll
kind of
do the 2.
figure it that way.
Would it be alright if I also do one more hit die?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll let you do that. From
Thank
going
you.
forward, declare the number of hit die you're going to use before you roll them. There are certain mechanics that interact with that.
Yay!
Okay, I did
You're
that.
the
I don't know if it
best.
showed up properly or not, but I did it.
Yeah, I don't see it, but it will probably show up on.
I feel bad that I didn't take a single lick of damage.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I rolled
don't
2
feel bad about
hit
it.
die, but it's showing me still 15 current hit points, so I don't know what the deal is with that.
Oh, you have to enter it manually.
Yeah,
you
you have
have
to
to
enter it
manually heal your fix it on your
Okay.
character sheet.
Are we calling it a night after
We
the
are
short
gonna
rest?
we are gonna call it a night. This is what you're familiar with. Mother finds a room with 4 ghouls standing guard, and they are definitely standing guard. They seem far too patient and far too
Placated.
placated to not be standing guard. And it's very unusual for ghouls, for those of you who know anything about the undead, that the ghouls would be standing so calmly and patiently waiting.
You have a necromancer, possibly.
Archie will call back Mother
Okay.
and then relay this information for the night. But oh my god, that was really fun, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks.
super
Yeah,
that was awesome.
creepy.
I love the aesthetic and the vibe of this whole city and
Me too.
campaign.
I'm glad to hear that.
Same.
I've yet to play ever since Barovia. I was like, I need more of this.
Yeah, I love me a good gothic, Victorian era horror thing.
Good.
You ever watch the show Penny Dreadful?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it gives
Definitely.
me strong Penny Dreadful vibes.
Well, I'm gonna kill the stream. For those of you who did watch and are watching, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
I am. We are streaming this every week. I am streaming 3 other games throughout the week. Feel free to join us. The schedule is there on our Twitch page, and I will have this up on YouTube probably sometime tomorrow. So yeah, come back, join us again, and I hope that you had fun. Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
that
you.
was
Thank
really
you.
fun.